Good evening and welcome inside FirstEnergy Stadium for tonight's pregame show. I'm Jake Stars. We get set for game number 4 of 6 between the Reading Fightin Phils and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Through one half of the series, the Rumble Ponies had the 2-1 edge in this series. They were victorious 6-2 in last night's game, ran away with 4 runs in the 8th inning to secure the Game 3 victory. We got another jam-packed night tonight. Chuck King on the mound for the Phils. R.J. Gordon goes to the Rumble Ponies, and we'll have a lot more on that pitching matchup as we move through tonight's pregame show. But we're going to take our first break on the pregame show, and we come back. We are joined by current Rumble Ponies coach, but member of the beloved 1993 Philadelphia Phillies team. That is Mariano Duncan, one of the infielders on that National League Championship squad. So our conversation with Duncan, part 1 and 2, is coming up when our pregame show rolls on after this. Back on the pregame show on the Fightin Phillies radio network. Couple of minutes away from first pitch. Game number 4 of 6 between the Fightin Phillies and the Rumble Ponies. Alongside Bob McCool, I'm Jake Starr. Home plate meeting has concluded. And just waiting for the Fightin Phillies led by Chuck King to take the field as they look to even up this series at 2 games apiece. Well, it's Tribute to Golf Night here at FirstEnergy Stadium. In the house is Chris McDonald, also known as Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. And, of course, Happy Gilmore 2 came out today on Netflix. Bob, it's always nice to kind of have those celebrity appearances. And I think one of the cooler things that I've gotten to see the last few years is kind of how jacked up the players get when these celebrities come in, because, you know, they're guys that a lot of fans here look at as celebrities, and then they're in turn super excited to see, you know, these guys too. Like, they get excited just like the rest of us do.
Yeah, and I was watching beforehand when Chris McDonald came out on the field, and part of it obviously he's going to throw out a first pitch, and did, but he warmed up with Carson DiMartini, and Carson DiMartini looked just like every 12-year-old who would have Carson DiMartini warm up with him. It was kind of cool, and so that's exactly what it is. I mean, in every way, like, these guys, just like Chris McDonald would like to be a big league ball player, would like to be Bryce Harper. Carson DiMartini would love to have the opportunity to be Shooter McGavin, and I give Chris McDonald a whole lot of credit, because there's a lot of actors who don't like to embrace a particular role. He has most definitely embraced. He's played in a ton of movies and TV shows, but he absolutely embraced the role of Shooter McGavin, and he played it up well.
Fightin Phillies take the field. Bob, just real quick. Reading, Bats looking to get going tonight. They're looking for a good start to Chuck King. How do they get that done tonight?
Yeah, that's where it starts. It starts with the pitching. The pitching has not been as good as it was in game number 1, but really the timely hitting that was there for the Portland series and in game 1 has kind of fallen off the map, and that has to come back.
Well, it's time for the national anthem. That'll conclude tonight's pregame show. We'll step aside for a moment. Lineups and first pitch coming up after this. An excellent rendition of our national anthem by Max Factor, a quartet that, rumor has it, they know Chris McDonald pretty well, as Chris McDonald gives them a little bit of a thumbs up as Phillies, Fightin Phillies, and Rumble Ponies about to get underway. Game number 4 of 6 on this Tribute to Golf Night here from FirstEnergy Stadium. But now for the baseball. Our Phillies on the field. Let's take a look at the Rumble Ponies lineup first. Binghamton managed by Reed Brignac. Chet Williams, the shortstop, leads off. Carson Benj bats second. He's in center. Ryan Clifford, third to the DH. Jacob Reimer, fourth, is at first. DeAndre Smith, fifth and right. Chris Suero bats sixth. He'll play left. Nick LaRusso, seventh at third base. Kevin Parada, the catcher, bats eighth. William Lugo bats ninth, plays second. And R.J. Gordon on the mound, making his third at Double-A start. On the other side, for the home team, are Phils, managed by Al Patrique. Aiden Miller bats leadoff, plays shortstop. Carson DiMartini is second, plays third. Hendry Mendez is third, he'll play left. And Felix Reyes is fourth to DH. Nick Dunn, fifth, plays second. Dylan Campbell in center field, bats sixth. Caleb Ricketts, seventh, is the catcher. Leandro Pineda is eighth in right field. And Alex Pinellas bats ninth and plays first. On the mound tonight for the Yard Phils, it's been super Mr. Consistent. And that's Chuck King making appearance number 18, Bob.
Yeah, you would not. I mean, you would have gotten a lot of money if you would have bet that Chuck King would become a staple of the Fightin Phillies pitching staff in 2025, but he has. making his 16th overall start. He's 5-3. The ERA is 4.15, but that kind of belies how consistent he has become. 84 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 92 hits. He struck out 64. He doesn't get himself in trouble with the walks. 16 walks. The home runs have been an issue. He has given up 14 home runs, but if he keeps men off base, and the fact that he doesn't give up the walks, it doesn't hurt him a whole lot. But Chuck King has done this. They've given the opportunity to give him the baseball every 5 days, every 6 days, whatever it may be, and he's locked them in. 5 innings, 6 innings, just about every start.
Chuck King ready to go. Jet Williams digs in from the right side, and King's first pitch home of the night is swung on and fouled out of play. 0-1. 7:01 p.m. is our first pitch time. 85 degrees is our game time temperature. That's presented by All Temp Enterprises. Jet Williams, a .290 hitter, 84th game of the season for the shortstop. King fires the 0-1, and it's taken at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-2. Three-man Eastern League umpiring crew. Drew Buffelli has balls and strikes. Cass Cousins at first. Chad Patterson is at third. And here's the 0-2 to Williams. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. 3 pitches. First strikeout for Chuck King tonight. Got to bring Carson Bench to the plate. And while he walks up, let's meet the defense for the Fightin' Phils. Alex Pinellas at first base. Nick Dunn plays second. Aiden Miller at short. Carson DiMartini at third. Leandro Pineda in right. Dylan Campbell in center. Hendry Mendez in left. Caleb Ricketts is the catcher tonight for the 27-year-old Chuck King. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Bench. Takes it a bit inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, the one thing that we can certainly say about this Binghamton team, and in terms of how good they've been, successful they've been, they're also an aggressive hitting bunch. And Chuck King's a guy who's going to predominantly be around the strike zone, and so they're going to go up there swinging.
Next pitch is over for a called strike. It's 1-1. 19th double-A game for Bench, hitting .323. He has hits across his last 5. 1-1 home. That one's in there for a called strike. It's 1-2. Chuck King attacking the zone early tonight against Binghamton. Bench also on a 9-game on-base streak. He's had himself a pretty good week. Next pitch, he swings in a line drive straight back through the middle for a base hit. Campbell over to get it in center. Bench will stop at first. It's a 1-out single for him. Smoked it. It was 106 off the bat, and that'll bring Ryan Clifford to the plate.
Oh, Chris Bench has kind of worked his way into this lineup that's already had Jet Williams, already had the guy at the plate now in Ryan Clifford, and have been such a good big piece of the success of the Rumble Ponies. But Bench is a very highly regarded prospect, and he gets the call up from Brooklyn, and they plug him into the middle of the two of them, and they've got themselves a heck of a 1-2-3 in their lineup.
So here's Ryan Clifford from the left side. He swings the first pitch. He'll foul it straight back, and it'll go over top of the roof above our heads, and it's 0-1. Clifford, the DH tonight, 91st game. He's sitting just .235, but he's got 19 home runs, and he leads Binghamton with 60 RBI. 1 out to him. No balls, 1 strike. King fires home. And Clifford swings, and he sends it foul down the left field line. It's 0-2. Clifford has been lethal against Reading this year. He's hitting .415. He's got 6 home runs, 18 RBI. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count here to the lefty. King deals. That one just a bit inside, 1-2. Chuck King coming off win number 5, a mark that leads the team. Pitched last Friday against Portland. Went just 5 innings through 71 pitches. No runs, 2 hits. Walked a couple, struck out 2. 1-2. Swung on, fouled straight back off the netting. It stays a ball and 2 strikes. Clifford just 22 years old. Comes in tonight ranked as the Mets' number 7 overall prospect. Acquired in a trade with the Astros back in 2023. The 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Mets got an absolute haul that summer. Shipped Jacob deGrom to Texas. Sent Justin Verlander to Houston. You got a ton of prospect capital back. 2-2. Check swing from Clifford. They will appeal. No swing, says third base umpire Chad Patterson. So the count, which started 0-2, is up to full now. Still one out in the scoreless top half of the first inning with Carson Benz leading off first. Infield looks to turn 2. Miller shaded towards the middle. DeMartini is pretty much in the deep shortstop spot on the left side. 3-2. Runner goes. Pitch inside, ball 4. Doesn't matter. So King ultimately does lose Clifford. It's a walk with 1 out. And I'll put men on first and second for the 4-hole hitter, Jacob Reimer.
Ryan Clifford has looked anything but a guy who's struggled with a batting average throughout the season. Jake said the power numbers have been good. The RBI production has been great. All of that for Ryan Clifford, but the batting average hasn't been good. But he has certainly not just been productive with the bat, but he's also been patient as well on generating himself and getting himself on base as he does there with a base on balls.
So Reimer digs in from the right side. RBI chance for the cleanup man. First pitch to him is a fastball in the outside corner. It's 0-1. King, who's just been playing some of his best baseball right now, has a 1.10 ERA in the month of July. That came after posting a 3.54 ERA in June. 0-1 is swung on, lifted foul. It's 0-2. King had a 3.60 in April. The only really struggle month he had was May, and that was just a couple of poor starts in early May. You have 6 earned runs against Harrisburg on May the 2nd, 6 against New Hampshire on May the 17th. But outside of that, King has been one of the most consistent arms in this rotation. Fires the 0-2. It misses low and away to Reimer. It's 1-2. Of course, one of the biggest things Reading wants to see with King and really all their pitchers is when you get to that 1-2-0-2 part in the count, finding a way to finish off batters. It's a 1-2 count to Reimer. Men on first and second, 1 out, top of the first inning. Reading looks to turn 2. Dunn shaded towards the middle on the right side. Pitch home is swung on by Reimer. It's hit deep but foul down the right field line. It goes out of play. And it'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 again. Bounces that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Change up at 84 from King. It's turning into a bit of a lengthy first inning here. 20 pitches for Chuck King. Working here against Reimer. It's been a quieter week for him. 1 for 9. He has struck out 4 times. Did have a hit in last night's game. He was 1 for 5. 2-2. Down low again, 3-2. So another count that starts 0-2. And then Binghamton does a good job working back to a full count.
Yeah, give Binghamton credit for working the count full, but it's also that's very unusual so far for Chuck King. And missing with his pitches and working that pitch count higher.
3-2. Swinging a tapper foul. Shoots down the third base line. And the count stays full to Jacob Reimer. Reimer, a 21-year-old, and what's a pretty young Binghamton squad overall. 4th-round pick in 2019 at a high school in Yucaipa, California. 3-2 count, 1 out. King up to 21 pitches here in the frame. Fires home, and it's swung on a ground ball third. DeMartini fields, goes to second for 1. Dunn's relay to first in plenty of time. And that's an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. And that will retire the side here in the first. For the Rumble Ponies in the frame, no runs, they had 1 hit, 1 man left on base. We played 1 half. Binghamton nothing, Fightin Phillies coming to bat. Bottom half of the first inning, Binghamton nothing. Reading coming to bat. Once again, here's Al Padrique's 1 through 9, sponsored by Golden Oaks Landscaping. Gonna go Aiden Miller, Carson DiMartini, Hendry Mendez. Then Felix Reyes, Nick Dunn, Dylan Campbell. Caleb Ricketts, Leandro Pineda, Alex Pinellas rounded out. 6 out of the 9 are lefties tonight for Al Padrique, because on the mound for Binghamton, it's a righty, R.J. Gordon, making his third Double-A appearance.
Third Double-A appearance. He did make 11 starts with High A Brooklyn before being called up on July the 7th. He was 5-2 at Brooklyn with a 3.06 earned run average. Since his call-up, as Jake said, he is now 1-0 with a 5.56 earned run average. 11 in the third innings pitched, given up 10 hits, 12 strikeouts, has only walked 4.
Aiden Miller swinging away at the first pitch, and he lines it foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. Miller hitting .223. Did have a hit in last night's ball game. He's 2 for 10 overall this week. Does have a double. Stole a couple of bags and also scored a pair of runs last night. Miller, who's hit some balls hard the last couple of games, so just looking to get on a little bit of a hot streak here and just find his way on base. The 0-1 is taken at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-2. In honor of Golf Tribute Night, the Fightin Phillies players are dressed in their golf best attire, Fightin Phillies cap and our Phillies polo on the video board. 0-2, Miller swings and misses. He's down on strikes on 3 pitches, so that's out number 1 from R.J. Gordon. Carson DiMartini coming up, and while he does that, here's the defense for the Rumble Ponies. Reimers at first, Lugo's at second, Williams at short, DeRusso at third, Smith in right, Benj in center. Suero makes his first start of the year in left. And it'll be Kevin Parada, the other catcher, behind home plate. First pitch home is bit up for a ball. It's 1-0.
Pretty good mix of pitches for the 23-year-old R.J. Gordon. He throws both a 2-seam and a 4-seam fastball, slider, change, sweeper, and a curveball.
Here's the 1-0, and DiMartini swings, lifts it into the air towards left center. Not deep, Benj back. He's under it, he'll make the catch. That's out number 2, and that'll bring Hendry Mendez to the plate. So just looking at something here, it looks like J.T. Schwartz is actually in left field, and it looks like Suero is catching, which was not what was originally on the lineup card that we got from Reed Brignac today.
Kevin Parada was behind the plate on the lineup card.
First pitch to Mendez is up in the zone, but it's a called strike.
So we'll have to see if Parada, if Schwartz is just in the 8-hole where Parada was scheduled. And that would make it a much easier switch.
Hopefully that's
for
the
all
case.
of us. For everybody involved, whether that was a late scratch with Parada. He was hit with a pitch last night. Suero was hit the night before that. Parada was hit in hand.
Here's the 0-2 to Mendez, taken down, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And it looks like 26 behind home plate, so that would be Suero.
Right.
Because I was a little confused on the lineup card and had him playing left.
Well, he has played a couple of games in left field before getting called up to Binghamton.
And Mendez swings, misses. He goes down on strikes, so a couple of strikeouts. And a 1-2-3 first inning for R.J. Gordon. We're through 1 here at FirstEnergy Stadium. We're to the second, still scoreless between Reading and Binghamton. We go to the top half of the second inning. International Fireworks, the official sponsor of the Phillies fireworks shows during the 2025 season. Head to their store, 242 Sycamore Road, or shop at fireworksrus.com. So top half of the second, still a scoreless ball game. DeAndre Smith will lead off here for the Rumble Ponies. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Due up here for Binghamton. Chuck King back out for inning number 2 of work.
By the way, our Cracker Jack research staff, which in this particular case happened to be me for a change instead of you, on Max Factor, who sang the pregame national anthem. Barbershop Quartet that won the Sweet Adelines International Quartet Championship in 2011. They're headquartered out of Baltimore, Maryland. They describe Chris McDonald as a family friend.
First pitch, Smith is down for a ball, so it's 1 ball and no strikes here to DeAndre Smith. Yeah, if you're just joining us, it's golf tribute night here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Chris McDonald, a.k.a. Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore is here. The 1-0. Smith will take it down for a ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
And in the ultimate world of perfect timing, Happy Gilmore 2 makes his debut today. And Shooter McGavin is in the ballpark.
2-0. Swung on, fouled straight back, 2-1. I wonder where Adam Sandler is today.
It's probably a pretty good trip. Probably somewhere west of where we are right now.
I'd have to assume.
I was watching an interview today with an old interview with Chris McDonald. He talked about the development of his, what is it called, the shooter shuffle? No, the shooter, yeah, whatever that is. The move he makes as shooter.
2-1. Smith will swing and I'll foul it back and out of play. It's kind of like finger guns.
Yes, that basically he made that up. He said he asked about it and why is his name Shooter, and they just said, well, that's just his name. And so he made up that idea and that whole thing, which has become the trademark of Shooter McGavin.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count here to DeAndre Smith, and he swings at the pitch and he'll foul it. Then the third baseline, it'll stay 2-2. Smith, a .278 hitter on the year. 57th game he's played with Binghamton. Scoreless ball game here in the top half of the second. Game number 4 of 6 between the Fightin Phillies and Rumble Ponies. 2-2. Smith swings again. He'll foul it. Third base side. Reed Brignac, the manager, will scoop it up.
Well, in the world of the pitcher's best friend of a double play, that 5-4-3 double play that Jacob Reimer hit in to end the first inning was about as good of a best friend as Chuck King ever had. Because that first inning was teetering on a real problem for Chuck King as his pitch count started to climb a little bit. But that ground ball, that double play to end that inning, couldn't have come at a better time.
2-2 the count to Smith. King fires, and it's swung on. Hit in the air towards right. It's not deep. A couple of steps to his right goes Leandro Pineda to make the catch. And that is out number 1. That'll bring Chris Suero to the plate.
Now we got an issue because Nick LaRusso is in the on deck.
No, which is what the original lineup card was.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
we're good. It's the next spot.
Schwartz is on he's in the hole. My bad.
As long as JT Schwartz bats in the 8th spot and everything is okay.
Right. You are correct. He's in the hole. I was thinking he was on deck.
So Chris Suero, who is the catcher tonight, is in from the right side. First pitch home is a bunt attempt by Suero, and it's up for a ball. It's 1-0. So Suero, who was originally supposed to play left field tonight, is now at catcher. JT Schwartz is in left. Next pitch is swung on a little dribbler. Third base side. Miller charges. Fields bare hand. Throws to first and pulls Benellis off the bag. Would have been a great play from Aiden Miller. And if the throw was on, it would have beat him. Has to be a base hit, though, for Suero, who runs well.
Yeah, I got to think it is. I just got to wonder if whether or not, I don't know. You can't obviously tell whether Aiden Miller said something to DeMartini, but I think Carson DeMartini has a better shot at that ball. But it seemed as if he was moving towards it and then kind of got out of the way to let Aiden Miller make the play. And Miller made the play. He just, in the process of trying to get it there as quickly as possible and sidearmed it, it pulled Benellis off the bag. He tried to make the sweep tag, did not work out. And it is a base hit for Suero.
First pitch to LaRusso is swung on and fouled straight back. Nick LaRusso digging in from the right-handed batter's box. Russo's playing third base in tonight's ball game. Has hits and he's reached base across his last 2 games. Here's the 0-1, and he swings and he hits that one high in the air towards left. It's going to leave the ballpark. Mendez turns, and it is way gone, deep into the Seidel deck in left field. 398 feet on a sky-high towering home run. Home run number 7 of the year for Nick LaRusso, and that'll make it a 2-0 ball game.
Well, that is the 15th home run of the year now surrendered by Chuck King. But Nick LaRusso has quietly put together a really good series for Binghamton so far. That is his 6th hit of this series, his 4th extra base hit, including 2 home runs.
So that'll bring JT Schwartz to the plate for the Rumble Ponies, who we said was not originally on the lineup card today. First pitch is a strike, it's 0-1. But he's in left field tonight for the Rumble Ponies. And he bats with 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning. King, we talked about the home run numbers. Has allowed the most home runs in the Eastern League this year with 15. The 0-1 is swung on, fouled back and out of play. It's 0-2, but it's a number that is trended down as of late. And he's done a better job limiting the home runs. Time is called by the batter, JT Schwartz. So now 45 RBI this year for Nick LaRusso after that home run. 50th game of the season for JT Schwartz. 164 hitter. Takes the next one outside. It's 1-2. It's a Binghamton team that's worked a lot of long at-bats today. King's pitch coming up to 36. Here's 37. Short swings and pops it up. Shallow center. Miller back. Campbell's in. And Campbell makes the call on the catch just behind Aiden Miller. And that'll be out number 2 and bring William Lugo to the plate. Lugo, the 9-hitter in the lineup for the Rumble Ponies. So, back to King in the home run point real quick. Entering plate tonight, had not allowed a home run over his last 8 outings, and which is 2 total over his last 7 outings, which spanned 44 1/3 innings pitched. First pitch to Lugo was swung on and fouled. It's 0-1. So, King's pitched a lot better as of late, and he's keeping the ball in the ballpark in turn. Now, the 15 home runs he has allowed this year, 13 of those have come here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Here's the 0-1, and that is a bit outside for a ball. It's 1-1 to William Lugo. 77th game, 221 hitter on the season. Just 1 for 7 so far this week. The next pitch is down, 2 balls and 1 strike. Lugo, a 23-year-old, signed with the Mets as an international free agent in 2018 out of the Dominican Republic. 2-1, swung on and fouled down the third base line. It's 2-2. Fightin Phillies tonight wear their Los Luchadores de Reading Fiesta Friday jerseys. Black and red tops with white pants and black caps. Rumble Ponies wear their road red jerseys with gray pants and black caps with the Rumble Ponies logo on it when in the field. 2-2 the count, 2 outs to William Lugo. And King fires. Swung on and a line drive base hit through the middle into center. So it's a 2-out single for Lugo. 3rd hit that King has allowed in this inning. 4th in total tonight. And that'll flip the lineup card over for the 2nd time tonight and bring Chet Williams to the plate.
Yeah, fastball in the upper half. And Lugo just squared it up, hit it hard right up the middle. Again, it's just been a struggle so far for Chuck King in terms of pitch placement. It's 2-0, but it seems like it's in a bigger hole. That double play, again, looming large in the 1st inning.
First pitch to Williams. He'll take a cutter for a called strike. It's 0-1. Jet Williams 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. Struck out swinging on 3 pitches. His first time up was probably the quickest at-bat of the night for the Rumble Ponies, who just done a great job working long counts tonight. The 0-1. Williams swings, fouls it back. It's 0-2.
Yeah, there has to be some concern in the Fightin Phil's dugout for sure. They used 5 pitchers last night, used 4 pitchers the night before. Just not off the charts of abnormal, but just you kind of get to the point where you assume that Chuck King's going to give you at least 5, if not 6. About to throw pitch 45, and he's not out of the second.
The 0-2, and another swing and a miss. Chet Williams goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. Both of King's strikeouts have come with Williams as the victim, and that'll retire the side here in the second. But the Rumble Ponies strike first. 2 runs on 3 hits, including a 2-run home run from Nick LaRusso. No errors and 1 man left. We've played 1.5 on to the bottom half of the second, with Binghamton leading 2-0. Bottom half of the second is brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living, not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, PA, outside of Lebanon. 2-0 Rumble Ponies on top in this bottom half of the second inning. Along with Bob McCool, I'm Jake Starr. Appreciate you spending part of this Friday night with us, a Friday night that has become quite nice. Some pretty heavy storms blew through a little bit earlier this afternoon, but it has been clear and comfortable since then. So 4, 5, 6 due up for the Fightin Phils here in the inning. Felix Reyes, the first of the plate here against R.J. Gordon, who sent the R-Phils down in order in the first, his first pitch. Reyes swings and misses at a pitch outside. It's 0-1 to the righty. Reyes at .301 on the season, second on the R-Phils in hitting, trailing only Paul McIntosh. Pitch home, and Reyes swings a line drive into left center field. That'll be down for a base hit. Bends over to get it. Reyes aboard on first, and his hot week continues. That's a leadoff base runner for the Fightin Phils.
Man is a hitting machine. There's no doubt about it. One of the few guys you watch play who seems like he's in batting practice in game situations. He just hits the ball hard, doesn't get cheated, sprays it around the field too. That's the other piece of the puzzle for Felix Reyes. He does hit it to all fields.
Here's Nick Dunn. First pitch to him, misses outside. It's 1-0. Was 108 off the bat from Felix Reyes. Just every time he hits it, it's hard.
Yeah, and the other thing about Felix Reyes that we love is he could tell he loves playing this game. He plays it like a kid. A lot of enthusiasm in everything he does.
Here's the 1-0. And Dunn swings, and he'll sneak it right through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Reyes will turn second, stop there and retreat. So back-to-back singles for the R-Phils. And that'll bring Dylan Campbell to the plate. But just to kind of follow up on the point you made there about Felix Reyes, because he just has so much fun. And you go back to that May the 4th game against Harrisburg when Reyes hit the walk-off home run. You just saw the emotion he had. He just rounded first, threw his helmet probably about 100 feet in the air, and actually missed first initially. Michael Jones had to tell him to come back and touch the bag, but that's just kind of the encapsulation of what Reyes has been, and he has been so fun to watch this year. So here's Dylan Campbell, digs in from the right side. 2 on, no outs in the bottom of the second. First pitch home, and Campbell will take it at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-1.
I also watched him on Nick Dunn's base hit that was between first and second. And the Phils have had some issues in base running over the course of this season, running themselves into some bad spots. He immediately looked for Al Padrique at third base. Al Padrique had the stop sign up, meaning get to second and stop there.
Oh, and the Campbell, he swings, hits it in the air towards left. Yard will hold it. JT Schwartz back comes in, makes the catch. Reyes bluffs the tag, draws a throw. And that is out number 1, and that'll bring Caleb Ricketts to the plate.
And just to that point about Felix Reyes, I mean, he looked immediately to Al Padrique, and the skipper had the stop sign up, meaning get the second and stop there. Because in that base hit to right field, instinctively you're thinking, can I get the third? Your instincts have to be the guy at third base has to be the one that tells that tale for you. And that's what you do. You pick up that third base coach and let him make the decision for you. Get yourself to second base and get the stop and put the stop sign up.
Caleb Ricketts in from the left side. First pitch to him. He swings and he fouls it straight back. Hits the netting behind home plate. And it's 0-1. Ricketts just looking for a hit here. He's 0 for 12 this week. He does not have a hit over his last 5 games. He's got a great opportunity here for him right now. Here's the 0-1. Ricketts swings and he belts it, but it's foul down the right field line, and it's 0-2. Just a little bit out in front of that changeup from R.J. Gordon.
Yeah, there's a guy who needs a break somehow or another, no matter how it happens, whatever it happens. And because it seems like when you're struggling, it always comes about when you're always up and there's men on base. And Caleb Ricketts has had that a lot in this series.
125 this year with runners in scoring position. 0-2. He swings and he dribbles it towards first. It's off the glove of the first baseman Reimer. Goes to the second baseman Lugo. His throw to first not in time, so it likely won't be a base hit, but Caleb Ricketts desperately in need of a break, gets one, and that'll load the bases.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. When I say he needed a break, if it's a blooper, if it's a hard hit ball, whatever it may be to get him on base, and so he does get on. We'll see how they score that. It was Reimer kind of tried to pick that a little bit instead off the glove, and it bounced off his glove and away from him. And it will be an error on the first baseman. And now the Phils with a golden opportunity here to get themselves right back in this ballgame.
6th error of the year for Reimer. Bases loaded, 1 out for 6th error of the year for Reimer. Bases loaded, 1 out for Leandro Pineda. First pitch home, and he swings and he hits one towards right. Going back is Smith. The right fielder makes the catch. It is deep enough, though. Reyes will score. Throw goes towards third. It's cut off by the shortstop Williams. So a productive out for Leandro Pineda. Scores Felix Reyes on a sac fly, and it's a 2-1 ball game.
I had to look because I just kept thinking, boy, it seems like Leandro Pineda's had a lot of sacrifice flies on this year, and he has. He is now second on the team. That is his 6th of the year. Andrew Mendez has 7, but he hit it on a rope, but unfortunately for him, DeAndre Smith had him played perfectly in right center field, and it ended up being right at it, but he hit it hard.
So here's Benellis. Man on the corners, 2 outs for him here in a 2-1 game. Long look in from Gordon, deals home. Benellis swings. He'll foul it straight back. It's 0-1.
Wasn't for that fence, Jake, we'd have like 3 balls in his booth tonight.
Yeah, and who knows how many broken fingers, though.
Yeah, I said in
those
the
are
booth.
screamers coming back at us.
I said they'd be in the booth. I didn't say we'd catch them.
Well, maybe we would. Don't discount us.
And I'm not saying, I just said, you know.
We're 0 for 3 years right now. 0-1. Benellis will take it outside. It's 1-1 to the lefty.
You want to talk about a hitting slump.
You know who we were playing when that happened last year?
I don't know, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies?
It was Binghamton, Memorial Day Sunday. Foul ball into the booth from, I believe it was Carson Taylor. And that's where the story stops. Ball and a strike to Benellis, pitch home. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Benellis, someone else who's looking for a big hit here. He's 2 for 11 this week. Both of those hits came in Tuesday's game. He was hitless on Wednesday and Thursday. He's a .350 hitter with runners in scoring position this year. 1-2. Swung on a ground ball under the glove of a diving Reimer into right for a base hit. Game is tied as Dunn scores. Ricketts goes to third. Benellis to second. Slides in safely. It's an RBI double, and we're tied at 2.
There's another guy that needed a break as well. He has been in a couple of tough spots. It was a rough go last night for the bottom 3 in the order, and 2 of them are in that bottom 3 again tonight with Ricketts and Benellis. And a huge hit there for the Phils because that ties it up. And this inning is not over, but a great hustle out of the box by Benelis as well. He was thinking 2 all the way. It's a lot easier for Ricketts to go to third. It's a lot longer throw. DeAndre Smith's a good right fielder and got on it quickly, but Benelis hustling out of the box gets himself in scoring position as well and gets himself a double.
Double number 8, RBI number 26 for Alex Benelis this year. Here's Aiden Miller from the right side with 2 outs. The first pitch, Miller takes a cutter that dives out of the zone. It's 1-0. Miller's 0 for 1 tonight. He did strike out his first time up. Sitting at 222. He's got 8 home runs. He's driven in 22. He's a 204 hitter this year with runners in scoring position. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Miller in front of an off-speed pitch. It's been a heavy dose of off-speed to Aiden Miller this week. Ricketts on third, Benelis on second. 2 outs here in the second. Tie game at 2. Stepping off is R.J. Gordon, who does pitch out of the stretch with runners on second and third. 23-year-old righty comes set at the belt and fires home. Miller swinging a ground ball. It's foul on a changeup. It's 1-2. Miller 2 for 10 this week. Had a hit last night. It was the first at-bat of the game. Had a broken bat single that fell in the right field to start the game against Jonathan. Looking for a big swing here. Miller takes it down low, 2-2. Good block by Suero.
Very much so. Good block by Suero. You got runners at second and third, and the go-ahead run at third as well with 2 outs. But a good block by Suero. Almost popped up a little early on it, but he kept the mitt down.
Miller, the 21-year-old, Phillies number 2 overall prospect. Pretty sizable gap on the right side of the infield if he can go that way. The 2-2. Takes it low and away, 3-2.
Still all but everything off speed in this at-bat for Aiden Miller. Sliders, changeups.
Very off speed, but Miller, very good plate discipline, letting anything out of the strike zone go. It's a full count with 2 outs to one of the best base on ball guys in the Eastern League. 3-2. Swing and a match struck him out. Miller chases a slider down low. And it's the second time he has struck out tonight and the 3rd strikeout overall for R.J. Gordon. But the Phils, a productive inning for them. They scored 2 runs. They did it on 3 hits. There was an error, and 2 men ultimately left on base. We played 2, all tied up at 2 as we head to the 3rd. We want to thank our good friends at Pepsi for presenting the 2025 season here in Baseball Town. Go Fightin' Phils and drink more Pepsi. So top half of the 3rd inning, 2-2 ball game between the Fightin' Phils and Rumble Ponies. Chuck King back out for the 3rd inning. Looking for a more efficient frame than the first 2 ones tonight. Look at 2, 3, 4, the Rumble Ponies lineup. Carson Benj, Ryan Clifford, and Jacob Reimer. The 3 on Reed Brignac's lineup card for the inning. So Carson Benj digs in. He had a single back in the first. Bats from the left side. First pitch home, and it's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. with his single back in the first. Ben's now up to a 6-game hitting streak and a 10-game on-base streak. 0-1 is bit outside and down. 1 ball, 1 strike to Benj. So Benj now 3 for 11 this week. Does have a home run. He's also driven in a run and scored one of his own. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. When chasing after a sinker at 92. So King's got a 1 ball, 2 strike count here against Benj. 48 pitches for Chuck King. So really looking to try to send the Rumble Ponies down quietly and quickly. 1-2 is swung on and just poked foul left side. It stays a ball and 2 strikes. Crowd continues to file in. Probably a good reason to believe that a lot of the people we're seeing file in just got their picture taken with Chris McDonald, maybe an autograph from Shooter McGavin. 1-2, swung on and a ground ball towards the middle. Miller dives, fields it on a hop, spins, throws to first, it's in time. What a play by Aiden Miller. And the ball smoked up the middle, 104 off the bat, and Aiden Miller made it look easy. Aiden Miller said, I want to play shortstop, and that's why.
Right, and in addition to which, it went right through the legs of Chuck King, who had turned his back to the ball. Went right through his legs, and Miller sliding and making that diving slide, something you see Trey Turner do an awful lot, that slide up the middle to knock it down and then get up and get enough on the throw to get him relatively easy, all things considered.
First pitch to Ryan Clifford is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Clifford walked his only time up tonight back in the first inning. The improvement of Aiden Miller at shortstop this year has really been a sight to behold. The 0-1 misses outside. It's 1-1. Just kind of tireless work every day. Him, Al Padrique, they'll get out there early. They'll talk shop. He takes a lot of ground balls. He takes extra ground balls, before and after batting practice. 1-1 is at the belt for a called strike, 1-2. So it's got to feel really satisfying to feel like you're seeing the results right now at shortstop if you're Aiden Miller.
Yeah, that's been something that's kind of really sticks in his craw a little bit, that he wants to prove to people that he can play shortstop.
1-2 is bounced, blocked by Ricketts. It's 2-2 because Miller was mostly a third baseman in high school. And his senior year, he was going to get the opportunity to play shortstop and really try to prove himself up his draft stock, and suffered the broken hamate bone early on in the season. And so never really had the opportunity. When the Phillies drafted him, it was as a shortstop, but thoughts were he would move to third. 2-2's outside. It's 3-2. But he's been adamant, I want to stay at shortstop, and I think he's proven that he belongs there.
Yeah, that's been what the Phillies have said. They're going to let him play himself out of the position, and he has not played himself out of the position.
3-2 is a bit inside. That's ball 4. So the second walk issued tonight by Chuck King.
And that's not a coincidence, I don't think, that both of them have been Ryan Clifford. He's a very good hitter and has been a patient hitter in this series, but he's also a very dangerous hitter. And Chuck King, I think, just being a little bit extra careful with Ryan Clifford at the plate.
So that'll bring Jacob Reimer to the plate. Grounded into a double play his last time up. He certainly would take that again. First pitch to him. He swings and he'll pop it up foul out of play to the right side. It's 0-1. Reimer's 23rd game at Double-A. He's hitting .238. Does have 4 home runs. He's driven in 12. 0-1. Takes that one a bit down. Ball and a strike to Reimer. It's been a quieter week for Reimer. He's played in every game, and he's 1 for 10 overall. 4 strikeouts included in that spell as well. The 1-1, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Reimer did have a hit in last night's ball game, was 1 for 5. Singled back in the 5th inning of that contest. 1-2. Takes it outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It was a pitch outside, but Caleb Ricketts with a long hold of that pitch. Just to say, yeah, sure that's a ball?
2-2 the count to Reimer. King fires, and it's outside. Count runs full again. So another full count worked by these Rumble Ponies hitters. King, who's up to 61 pitches tonight, looking to find a way to retire Reimer. Righty stands slightly open, and King from the stretch fires, swinging a foul ball. Clifford was running on the pitch, so he has to retreat to first base.
Ball that foul tip got a piece of Caleb Ricketts. Not sure where it got him. And of course, flashback to April, and foul tip off the hand of Aiden Ricketts. Ended up putting him on the IL for a while with that broken hand. So you kind of hold your breath for a moment. He's fine. He'll be not going to get him out of there in any way. But there's another big spot in this game for Chuck King.
3-2 the count, so to Reimer, 1 out. Time is called. It's by the batter. See if Clifford takes off again. He's 4 for 6 on the base pass this year in 91 games, so doesn't run much. 3-2, he does take off. Pitch is swung on, ground ball to short. Miller backhands deep in the hole, sets himself, low throw to first, but Ellis can't dig it out. And up to third goes Ryan Clifford, so it'll go down as a throwing error on Aiden Miller, which will be his 13th this season, but I'm sure, Ellis will tell you that that's one he should get.
Yeah, but to the point we're talking about with Aiden Miller, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be overly critical of him, but if he wants to play that position, that's a play he's got to make. It was in the hole, it wasn't deep in the hole. He just did not get enough on the throw to get it to first base. I mean, yeah, you want your first baseman to pick it, but you can't rely on your first baseman to pick it. It's a play that if you want to play shortstop every day, you got to make.
First pitch to Smith is over for a called strike. It's 0-1.
And it also very much aids the inning. The taking off on the pitch by Reimer or by Clifford, really helped because it's obviously a much shorter throw for Aiden Miller to throw that ball to second and get a force out.
0-1, swing and a miss by Smith. It's 0-2. Strikeout would be big here. Chuck King at 65 pitches tonight. Smith 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out the right to start off the second inning. That was a 2-run frame for the Rumble Ponies, but King really having to dig deep in battle tonight against this good Binghamton lineup, the 0-2, and Smith will swing, and he'll foul it straight back. It'll stay no balls, 2 strikes.
Bill's hoping, obviously, for a double play ball, not bringing the infield up with the go-ahead run at third base, but with 1 out, hoping for a double play ball. But if that's the case, DeAndre Smith, he did hit a double play last night, but he's got to hit it hard because he can run.
0-2 is down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith, 24-year-old, 5th-round draft pick in 2022 out of USC. He's got men on the corners, 1 out for him in the third. Pitch home. Swung on, ground ball short. Another chance for Miller. Goes to second for 1. Relay to first is in time. Second double play of the night for the RFLs, and it's a big one as they get out of this third inning as it goes 6-4-3. So in the frame for the Rumble Ponies, they scored no runs. They had no hits. There was an error, and 1 man ultimately left on base. We will go to the bottom half of the third inning. All tied up at 2 apiece. This inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. You can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. So bottom half of the third inning. 2-2 ball game between the Fightin Phils and Rumble Ponies, as the Phils got themselves out of a jam last inning with an inning-ending double play. So it'll be 2-3-4. 2 up for the Phils here in the inning. Carson DiMartini will lead off against R.J. Gordon, who's back out for inning number 3 of work. First pitch to DiMartini. He'll take it up. It's 1-0. DiMartini hit one well his first time up. It was a fly out the deep center, caught by Benj out there. 1-0. DiMartini will take a changeup up and away. It's 2-0. Second Double-A start, third Double-A appearance for R.J. Gordon. Fires a 2-0 and DiMartini swings. So roll it over to first. Couple of hops for Reimer, who fields it chest high, touches the bag. That's out number 1, and that'll bring Hendry Mendez to the plate. Reimer, it's his first pro season. He started the year with High A Brooklyn. Strong start to the campaign with the Cyclones. Caught up to Binghamton on July the 7th. Was a 13th round pick out of Oregon last year. And the first pitch to Mendez, and he swings and he lines it in the right center field for a base hit. So the first hit tonight for Mendez, the 4th overall for the Fightin Phils, and that'll bring Felix Reyes to the plate. But yeah, 13th round pick out of Oregon, didn't pitch at all last year, and the Mets must have been pretty high on the 13th round pick to push him to High A in his first pro season. And now he's already up in Double-A about a year after being drafted.
Yeah, it was, again, made 11 starts at Brooklyn and was pretty successful. 5-2, 3.06 earned run average.
Here's Felix Reyes with one out. First pitch, he'll swing and he'll lift it out of play foul down the right field line.
Now, he did give up 8 home runs in his 11 starts. He's given up 2 more in his time with Binghamton. So maybe the Phils can ring that bell at some point in time.
Ring the bell. That's what the Phillies say. Well, maybe Reyes can ring the theoretical bell here. The 0-1 is down, gets away from the catcher, Suero. Great read by Mendez at first. He'll take second on the wild pitch. That was not a, obvious wild pitch, but Mendez had a great dirt ball read. I'm sure Al Padrique's happy about that. So now you have a man on second, less than 2 outs, 1 total. And it's a 1-1 count to Reyes.
Real good job there by Mendez, who continues to get himself on base. Continues to be a productive man with the bat in his hand, and now gets himself in scoring position. Phil's a chance to take their first lead.
Calling a strike to count to Reyes, who's already 1 for 1 tonight. The pitch, he swings, lifts it into the air, first base side foul territory, and it'll land out of play foul. And the grandstand down the right field line. So after a hit in the second inning, Reyes on a 4-game hitting streak. Sitting 305 overall. He's got 8 home runs. He's driven in 22. Just a 208 hitter with runners in scoring position this year, as Mendez takes his lead off second. The 1-2. And Reyes swings, hits it in the air well towards right. Smith is back. He'll turn, face the pool, and it goes splashdown. 2-run home run for Felix Reyes, his 9th of the season, and the Fightin Phils are on top. It's 4-2.
Well, as I was mentioning, he had given up 8 home runs in his time in Brooklyn and 2 more with his time with Binghamton, and maybe the Phils can ring that bell or splash it down, whatever case you may.
Both work.
But also going back to the first at bat for Felix Reyes and his base hit to center field. I talked about that at that point in time, about his ability. He's a big guy who's got a power swing, but yet he does spray the ball around the field, base it up the middle, and then a long home run the other way down the first base line. Good power to all fields for Felix Reyes.
Here's Nick Dunn, the first pitch, and it's down. 1 ball, no strikes. 344 feet on that home run from Reyes, 98 miles per hour off the bat. And he ties Cade Fergus with his 9th home run of the season for most on the team. 1-0. Dunn swings and a ground ball, actually a line drive that Reimer dives and catches at first. Pretty much picked it nearly off the ground. So that's out number 2. That'll bring Dylan Campbell up, but, I know the walk-off against Harrisburg was the right center. Outside of that, I can't recall any other opposite field home runs this year by Felix Reyes.
I'm thinking he had one in the bullpen in left center.
I know he had one in Portland that went to right field. That's the only other one to right I believe I can remember this year. First pitch to Dylan Campbell is down, 1 ball and no strikes. But he's got such power, they just get it in the air to any field, and there's a chance it's going to get out.
Yeah, by my memory, I think early on he had something in.
1-0 was fouled. It's 1-1.
Left center field, hitting it into the bullpen. So
I think it was his first home run was into the bullpen.
Correct. So I'm not saying we haven't seen him dead pull one to left field, but nonetheless, he does hit to all fields. He does spray it around. And the guy I feel the worst for is the guy who has to greet him at the dugout.
1-1 is a swing and a miss by Campbell. It's 1-2.
That's probably a front end of the line you don't want to be. I'd rather get Felix Reyes at the back end of the dugout, not be the first guy he runs into.
I'm sure those high fives are not light.
Correct.
Ball and 2 strikes to count to Campbell. He's 0 for 1 tonight. And R.J. Gordon fires. Campbell will take it down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Change up at 85 from the 23-year-old righty. So Reading 2 more runs in this inning, thanks to the bat of Felix Reyes. They lead it 4-2. Pitch home, and Campbell waves and whiffs at it. It's strikeout number 4 tonight for Gordon, and that'll end the bottom half of the 3rd inning. So in the inning for the Fightin' Phils, they scored 2 more runs. They had 2 more hits, and nobody left on base. 3rd of the way through on this Fiesta Friday in Baseball Town. We'll head to the 4th. Fightin' Phils on top, 4-2. Top half of the 4th inning. Fightin' Phils on top 4-2. Chuck King back to the rubber. And Bob McCool on the mic to take over on the play-by-play.
All right, thank you very much, Jake. Fightin' Phils now playing for the front end for a change in this series. As the Phils with that 2-run home run for Felix Reyes back on top now at a 4-2 score as Chris Suero will lead it off for the Rumble Ponies here in the 4th. They'll be followed by Nick LaRusso and then J.T. Schwartz. Every Tuesday, all active military and veterans receive $3 off box seats thanks to Burke's Oral Surgery and Dental Implant Center. And speaking of Tuesdays, the next time the Phils will be here in Baseball Town on Tuesday, the month will say August the 12th. Next time the Phils will be back in town for a Tuesday as Chris Suero hits one high and deep and long to left center field and off the scoreboard. And that quickly, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies have cut the deficit in half on a towering home run from Chris Suero, his first in Double-A.
Yeah, that one was smoked. It was a off-speed pitch at 86, pretty much center cut, and Suero did not miss it. 378 feet, 105 off the bat. And look, it's a Binghamton team that they can hit. They can hit home runs, and we've seen that the last couple of nights.
So Suero, who had scuffled since his call-up from Binghamton, just his second hit as a Rumble Pony. 2 for 7, actually 2 hits tonight, so now 3 hits on the night, 3 for 17 with his time with Binghamton. But as I said, his first home run, his 3rd home run at Binghamton. He did hit 13 home runs with Brooklyn before his call-up. 1-0 pitch now to Nick LaRusso coming from Chuck King, and that's outside. It's 2-0. So 2 home runs surrendered tonight from King. Phils still have that 1-run lead right now at 4-3. With LaRusso hit a 2-run home run his first time up, his 7th home run of the season. That's inside, and now King has fallen behind LaRusso 3-0. LaRusso's had a great series. He's 6 for 13, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and now 7 RBIs in this series. And King gets that one over for a called strike. Threw him a 3-0 cutter to get it to 3-1. And right back with another. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Reading up by 1, but a couple of double plays have kind of stopped any further Binghamton rallies. Reading 2 double plays tonight. They're up to 5 on the week, which is the most in the league for the week.
3-2 pitch coming from Chuck King. Down low, ball 4. It's the 3rd walk surrendered by King tonight. Ryan Clifford had walked the other 2 times. And that'll bring up J.T. Schwartz, who flew out to center field his first time up. Schwartz not originally in the Rumble Pony lineup tonight. He was a late addition. Kevin Parada, a late scratch. Chris Suero, who's now behind the plate, was originally in left field. He moved behind the plate, and Schwartz inserted in Parada's spot in the lineup at the 8-hole. And he takes the first pitch from Chuck King over for a called strike. So LaRusso, the runner at first base. Still nobody out here in the top half of the 4th inning. 4-3 as our score. Rumble Ponies trail the Fightin' Phils. Left-hand hitter J.T. Schwartz at the plate. And that pitch is inside. The count is 1-1.
So 3 walks tonight matches a season high for King. Walked 3 on one other occasion this year. That was June the 8th at Harrisburg.
Not a huge lead for LaRusso at first base as King delivers. And that just misses. It's 2-1. Just a bit outside. 9-hole hitter William Lugo in the on-deck circle for Binghamton. The 1 pitch is up and away. It's 3-1. 78 pitches now for Chuck King, and he has not gotten out yet here in this 4th inning.
Bullpen's quiet, but I would think this is probably the last inning of work for King.
3 balls and a strike. And that just catches the outside corner, runs the count full. Been a lot of full counts in this game as well. 2 huge double plays that King has gotten the Rumble Ponies to roll into. 1 to end the 1st, 1 to end the 3rd. Got a runner at first base and nobody out here, and a 3 balls and 2 strike count on J.T. Schwartz. Fist this one foul and out of play to stay alive. Binghamton done a lot of that as well tonight. In addition to running deep counts, they have also fouled off a number of pitches to keep themselves alive in their at-bats. And he misses inside. It's ball 4. So he went back-to-back walks here, following the home run from Suero. And the troubles continue now for Chuck King as Lugo will bat. Lugo singled his first time up and hit it hard up the middle.
And Brad Bergeson's going to come out and talk to him. He's had 82 pitches. 90 is his season high. Nobody is up in the Reading bullpen. It's just, I mean, from what we've seen from King as of late, it's just a very unconventional start. I mean, the walk number is 4. That is very unconventional for Chuck King, but he had been so good, and look, you hope it's just kind of one off night for him. He's able to bounce back quickly from it. He's got that kind of, flush it mentality and move on to the next one pretty quickly mindset. So, the message is, hey, let's finish this inning strong, and then, if you can leave a lead, you'll take it, move forward from there.
Yeah, and back to the point we just talked about with the double plays. Again, get somebody to roll one over here, and you're getting yourself in a whole lot better spot, and you got the 9-hole hitter coming up in Lugo. Although, again, he hit one hard back up the middle his first time up. He's now 2 for 8 in the series. Conversation on the mound is over with. It did not spur anybody to get up in the Phil's bullpen, however. So it's still Chuck King's mess to get out of. And he's not in a position to get immediate help. With 2 on, nobody out. A run across for Binghamton. They still trail by 1 run. First pitch to Lugo. Start and stop, takes it outside, ball 1. And now misses inside, it's 2-0. And that quickly, bullpen starts to move.
Gunnar Mayer's the first one up for the Phils. 84 pitches for King.
King takes a look back to second, his 2-0 pitch. Misses again, it's 3-0. Well, Mayer just got up, but I don't know that you can run the risk of King seeing another batter if you can't get Lugo. I don't know how fast Gunnar Mayer can get loose.
I mean, you're still at least another couple of batters away. He's not even throwing off the mound yet.
3-0 pitch. He's there for a strike. And it's hard to judge. Every pitcher takes a little bit less or more time to get loose. But to Jake's point, he's now just throwing off the mound. As he misses into dirt again, it's ball 4. Gets away from Ricketts and not far enough for anybody to advance. But 3 straight base on balls now from Chuck King. And now, if you thought you were in a bad spot before, it gets a whole lot worse because now you've rolled the lineup over and Jet Williams at the top of the order is at the plate.
Yeah, let's see what they do defensively here. It looks like DeMartini will play up at third. Benelis will play up at first. And Miller and Dunn will play in double play depth towards the middle, which I think is the right call. You're up by 1. If you can get 2 outs, even if it means a run scores, I think you'll take it. DeMartini's also moved back at third, too. So Benella's the only one up.
First pitch to Williams, who struck out both times he's been up in this ball game. And the first pitch to him is a called strike. And Jet Williams, as per his name, can run. So he's going to be a tough guy to double up. No balls and a strike to the Rebel Pony shortstop. Hits it on a line, and it's through the infield and in left field for a base hit. LaRusso will score. Everybody else moves up 1, and the Rumble Ponies have tied it up on an RBI single from Jet Williams.
See if that brings Al Padrique out of the dugout. Wasn't hit hard, just 73 off the bat. Maybe if the infield's back, it's a potential ball they get. But just good placement there, and Ricketts is going to go out. We'll see if they try to stall as long as possible here, and that's what they're doing. Al Padrique is going to come out of the dugouts. That will be the end of the night for Chuck King.
So Al Padrique makes the move to the mound, and Gunnar Mayer has done his warm-ups out in the bullpen, and he will enter the ball game when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium on the Reading Fightin Phillies Radio Network. So as we said, heading to break, the Alvernia University Golden Wolves an early call to the bullpen for the Fightin Phils. And the right-hander Gunnar Mayer now comes in this tough spot.
27th appearance for Gunnar Mayer this year. He's 2-3. He's got a 4.05 ERA. 33 1/3 innings pitched. 25 hits allowed. He's walked 22. He has struck out 36. He has allowed on the season 5 home runs. Opponents hitting .203 against him. He'll inherit the bases loaded. He's inherited 7 runners this year. He's allowed 3 to score. I mean, look, if you can keep it to 1, I would consider that a win for sure.
4-4 is our score as the Rumble Ponies have tied this game back up again here with his 2 spot in the 4th. Solo home run from Chris Suero. And then 3 straight walks from Chuck King, a RBI single from Jet Williams. And now we're tied at 4 with Carson Benj at the plate. First pitch to Benj is way inside, ball 1. Benj 1 for 2 on the night, single back in the first inning. 3 for 12 now in this series. And it gets away from, no, it hit him on a foot.
Hit him, yeah.
So the second pitch from Gunnar Mayer hits Carson Benj. Everybody will move up 1. The Rumble Ponies are back up on top as JT Schwartz comes across with run number 5.
That run does get charged to King. The runners on second and third are also King's responsibility. Look, this game's, it's teetering on the brink right now.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big spot for Gunnar Mayer. If you can, like I said 1 would be a win. If you can maybe limit it to just a 2-run deficit at the end of this inning, I think you'll take that. The bats have shown the ability to come back today.
Well, if you weren't in it before, you've certainly entered the danger zone now with Ryan Clifford at the plate. Clifford's walked in both of his plate appearances so far in this ball game, but he's hit 2 home runs in this series. He's got 6 hits in this series and 5 RBIs, and he's among the leaders in the Eastern League in both home runs and RBIs. First pitch to him is a called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 pitch is lifted out of play and quickly gets ahead of Clifford. No balls and 2 strikes. Again, infield in the middle, hoping for a double play. Carson DiMartini at third, even with the bag. 0-2 pitch. Just reaches out, lifts it up in the air, shallow left center field. Aiden Miller calls for it. The shortstop will make the catch.
Infield fly rule was called too.
And nobody can move anywhere right now. Big out there for Gunnar Mayer as Clifford just kind of reached out and poked at it, lifted it straight up in the air.
Yeah, that was huge right there. Now you put yourself where a ground ball gets you out of this inning. We'll see what they do with the infield. Middle will stay back to turn 2. DiMartini looks like he'll go back. Manellis plays a little back, but mostly even with the bag and a few steps over here against the righty Reimer.
Well, Reimer hit a double play to end the first inning. Safe on an error and a ground ball to short his last time up. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch to Reimers, down low for a ball. Mayer working from the stretch with the bases loaded. Well, his 1-0 pitch. Beats it foul, straight behind, and it's 1-1. So after missing on his first 2 pitches, the second of which hit Carson Benj in the foot, Gunnar Mayer has found the strike zone now. Worked quickly ahead of Ryan Clifford, and he's 1-1 and right now on Reimer. Cleanup hitter for Binghamton. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
It's a really nice cutter there from Gunnar Mayer. Kind of started right around the knees and it just dove right out of the zone.
Infield plays the right-handed hitter Reimer pretty much straight away. The outfield the same and not real deep. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Way outside, it's 2-2. Easy take there for Reimer with 2 strikes. Mayer maybe overthrows that slider just a bit. Try to check his swing, but it caught the bat and dribbles down the first baseline. Mariano Duncan will pounce on it. Mariano Duncan, the pregame guest of Jake Starr tonight before the game. Former big leaguer for several teams, but most notably from Phillies fans' perspective, a member of that 1993 National League Championship team.
Catch part 2 of our interview with Mariano Duncan tomorrow night at 6:30.
Pitch to the plate. Over for a called strike 3. Gunnar Mayer comes back to get Reimer on a strikeout. Now 2 outs in the inning.
All right, well, you got in 2. Now let's see if we can get Smith here. If you can leave this inning 5-4 the way it started, you'll take that.
Got to get DeAndre Smith. He has the 9th man to bat in this inning for the Rumble Ponies. Bases loaded and now 2 outs. Smith 0 for 2 on the night. Fly out, he hit into a double play. First pitch, over, called strike 1. Huge spot in this ball game. The Rumble Ponies have come back with a 3 spot here in the top of the 4th and retake the lead at 5-4. Bases loaded, 2 out. 0-1 on the batter. Swing and a miss, D-Reich 2. Well, they really have not touched either that cutter or the slider from Gunnar Mayer to this point. And now DeAndre Smith will call time. Mayer a strike away from a huge potential momentum lift here for the Fightin' Phils. Beats it foul, stays alive, just off the end of the bat.
And that's the word, momentum lift, right? You get out of this inning, guys go back in the dugout and say, hey, let's go. Like, let's get some more runs. I think it gives some juice to you if you can get out of this jam.
We are only in the top half of the 4th inning. Phils already do have 4 runs in this ball game. 0-2 pitch, we try it again. Reaches out and lifts one foul. Ricketts off with a mask, but he'll run quickly out of room. It stays 0-2. Philadelphia Phillies in Yankee Stadium tonight, trailing 2-0 as that game goes into the top half of the 5th inning. Gunnar Mayer with a look into Ricketts. From the stretch comes 0-2. In the dirt, good block by Ricketts.
Huge pick there by Ricketts. Saved the run.
William Lugo, the runner at 3rd. Jet Williams at 2nd. Carson Benj at first base. So good speed at 2nd and 1st. And at the plate in Smith. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Swing and a miss, D-Reich 3, and Gunnar Mayer finishes the deal. For the Rumble Ponies in the 4th. They do get 3 runs. They did it on 2 hits. There were no errors and the bases left loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Fightin's trail 5-4. Klein Transportation is proud to be the official transportation provider of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Klein Transportation gets the R Phils do all their road trips throughout the 2025 season. For more information, go to kleintransportation.com. And the Phils will be heading out on the road when this 6-game series with Binghamton comes to an end after Sunday. Phils will head to Hartford to take on the Yard Goats for 6 games beginning on Tuesday. And then stay on the road with a road trip to New Hampshire the following week, the first week of August, back here at FirstEnergy Stadium on August the 12th. As the Fightin' Phillies back to the plate now and back looking for some offense, trailing 5-4. Caleb Ricketts leads off. First pitch to him from R.J. Gordon is a strike. Back with the 0-1 pitch, and he bounced it up there. So it's 1-1 to Ricketts, who was safe on an error his last time up. All as part of a 2-run second inning for the Phils. They came back with a 2-run third thanks to Felix Reyes' home run. This is in the dirt again. It's 2 balls and a strike to Ricketts. So R.J. Gordon was in the dugout for a while. That was a long top half of the 4th inning for the Rumble Ponies. They batted around with a pitching change mixed in. 2-1 pitch. Comes back and gets that right there for strike 2. It's 2-2. Do him a curveball at 2-1. And the dirt again. And they appeal to see if Ricketts swung. He did not. It's 3-2. It got all the way away from Suero to the backstop. So it's 3-2 now to Caleb Ricketts. Well, Kyle Schwarber has tied the game up in Yankee Stadium with his 35th home run of the year after a Trey Turner single to lead off the 5th inning. Kyle Schwarber with a 2-run home run. The Phils and the Yankees now tied. Bryce Harper at the plate in the top half of the 5th inning. 3-2 here to Caleb Ricketts in the bottom half of the 4th. Ground ball right side. William Lugo up with it on a couple of hops, and the second baseman will flip it to first in time for out number 1. That'll bring up Leandro Pineda. Pineda with an RBI his first time up on a sacrifice fly. His 6th sacrifice fly of the year, his 23rd RBI of the year. Hit it well, hit it on a bullet right at the right fielder, DeAndre Smith. First pitch to him here is fouled straight back. R.J. Gordon, 23-year-old right-hander. Again, last year played at the University of Oregon, taken by the Mets in the 13th round of last year's draft. Off-speed pitch here, and he had Pineda way out in front, swings and misses at it. And he is now in front of Pineda, no balls and 2 strikes. Alex Pinellas in the on-deck circle for the Phils. And now time is called by Pineda as Gordon had it, and he was ready to get into his windup, and Pineda calls time. Gordon listed at 6 foot 195. And he misses way outside. It's 1-2. Truth be told, he doesn't quite look that tall, but the Rumble Ponies have had some big dudes out there over the course of the last couple nights this series. Maybe it makes him just look a little smaller in their Rumble Pony uniform. 1-2 pitch from the right-hander. In the dirt again, it's 2-2. Comes with another changeup. Mix that changeup in a lot. Again, has both a 2-seam and a 4-seam fastball, according to the scouting report. A slider, a changeup, a sweeper, and a curve. So there's plenty of pitches in the arsenal. See what he throws here at 2-2. Pineda way out in front. That's a cutter that Pineda misses. Strikeout number 5 for R.J. Gordon. 2 outs here in the 4th. And now we'll bring up Alex Pinellas at an RBI double his last time up. Drove in the Phil's 2nd run of the ball game. Tied the game up at 2-2 at that point. Pinellas' 8th double of the year, his 26th RBI of the year. First pitch here, right back through the box, and Alex Pinellas is 2 for 2. 2-out single for Pinellas, and that'll flip the lineup around to the top of the order, and Aiden Miller. Miller looking to be a part of the party right now. Last night it was the bottom of the order that was scuffling. Tonight the top of the order not getting anything going. Aiden Miller and Carson DiMartini right now 0 for 4. And quite frankly, they have struggled throughout this series. Miller, couple of strikeouts so far against R.J. Gordon. As Pinellas will take his lead off of first. Tying run at first base, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. First pitch, Aiden Miller gets away and all the way to the backstop, and now the tying run is going to be at second base as Pinellas will move up.
Yeah, Miller has been a bit of a struggle tonight for him. He's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts, but a chance for him to just find some green grass, tie this game up, and turn things around here.
And Alex Pinellas, the runner at second base. 2 outs. Miller with 22 RBIs on the year. 1-0 pitch. Way inside, almost hit him. It's 2-0. And that catches the outside corner. Count is 2 balls and a strike to the 21-year-old shortstop, Aiden Miller.
And yeah, it's not a bad take. It's not his pitch. The slider outside, not really much he could have done with that. And a 2-0 count, there's no reason to, get aggressive in that situation.
2-1. Again with the off-speed pitch to Miller. It's just been a steady diet. Despite the variety of pitches that R.J. Gordon has, he has mostly been slider and changeup with Aiden Miller. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Line, but right at the third baseman, LaRusso. And that will do it for the Phils in the 4th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. 4 complete. It's 5-4, Binghamton on top. Gunnar Mayer back out there after doing an outstanding job after inheriting a mess from Chuck King to get out of that mess and get the Phils into a pretty good spot, all things considered, down 5-4, and Gunnar Mayer back out there to start this 5th inning. He will face Chris Suero, who got the last inning started with a solo home run, followed by Nick LaRusso and then JT Schwartz. 5-4 is our score. 5 runs on 6 hits and an error for Binghamton. 4 runs on 6 hits and an error for the Fightin' Phils. Suero 2 for 2 on the night. Again, coming in 1 for 15 since his promotion from Brooklyn. But he's got 2 hits and he scored 2 runs. The first pitch to him is on the outside corner for a called strike. And the second is in the dirt. It's 1-1. Suero, another of the highly regarded prospects on this Binghamton roster. He's the number 20 prospect before the season started. Now, those prospect lists have changed in the last 48 hours or so, as it does at this time of the year. But no doubt still amongst them. 1-1 pitch to him is way up high. It's 2-1. Again, he had a good year going for himself in Brooklyn in 74 games at high A affiliate of the Mets. He hit .240, but with 13 home runs and 51 RBIs. Now looking to get it going here at AA. He's 21 years of age and right back through the middle, and he is 3 for 3.
Yeah, Chris Suero having himself a night. A couple of singles, a home run. He has scored a couple of times tonight. And bottom of the lineup has been very productive for Binghamton. All 5 of their runs have come in the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, too.
Including the guy at the plate, Nick LaRusso, who's done it throughout this series. 2-run home run in the second, walked and scored a run in the fourth. He is 6 for 13 in the series with 4 extra base hits and now 7 RBIs. Suero, you got to pay attention to him. He had 25 stolen bases at Brooklyn. First pitch to LaRusso is outside for a ball. Good size lead for Suero. He started and bluffed, stopped, and LaRusso takes it up and in for a ball. Mitch Noonborn up in the Fightin Phillies bullpen.
Well, he won't pitch tonight. No. He pitched last night.
Right. He must have just been loosening up or
going to the bathroom, maybe.
Well,
I think he ran back. I think he ran back into the building.
Runner takes off, swing and a miss. The throw down is not in time. It will be a stolen base for Suero. The pitch was a strike to LaRusso, so it's 2-1 on the batter.
So Suero hits his first AA home run tonight. Now he swipes his first stolen base at this level.
So now he's in scoring position. 2 balls and a strike to LaRusso. LaRusso with his 2 RBIs tonight, now at 45 on the season. Lifts this one foul and out of play. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Dunn cheating in at second base to try to keep Suero close. 2-2 pitches in the dirt. And again, a 3-2 count on a Binghamton Rumble Pony batter. Chuck King ran the count full a lot tonight in his time on the mound. King went just 3+, did not retire a batter in the in the 4th inning. Nobody out here in the 5th. Now time is called by LaRusso.
Jaden Estanista is beginning to throw for the Fightin Phillies. Estanista threw an inning a couple of nights ago. Wednesday night's loss.
Mayer now steps off. Lots of jockeying for time and position going on in this ball game. Beats another one foul and stays alive. And misses outside, ball 4. So LaRusso now walks. 6th walk given up by the Phils pitching tonight, plus a hit batter. 2 on and still nobody out. And JT Schwartz will bat. Schwartz 0 for 1 on the night. He did walk as part of that 3-1 4th inning and come around to score. Mayer, a couple looks back to second and delivers his first pitch to Schwartz, and he swings and fouls it out of play. Today's Fightin Phillies Alumni Report presented by Deer Country. Take a look back at last night in Allentown, where Andrew Painter made the start for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, and it was a good one. He pitched 6 innings, gave up just 1 hit. It was a 2-run home run. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts for Andrew Painter. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. He's ahead of Schwartz, no balls and 2 strikes. So Painter doesn't get the decision, as the Iron Pig bullpen could not hold on to the lead that they had at the time of his exit. And ultimately, the Iron Pigs won it on a walk-off 2-run home run from Cal Stevenson. But a good performance for Andrew Painter in last night's ball game for the Iron Pigs. And our Deer Country Alumni Report. 2 on, 2 out here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 2 on, nobody out, excuse me. And a no balls and 2 strike count to JT Schwartz. Inside, gets away, and all the way to the backstop, and both runners will move up. Just absolutely spiked a changeup. And on the wild pitch, Suero goes to third, and LaRusso goes to second.
Infield comes up for the Phils now with guys on second and third and no out. Down by one, trying to keep the deficit where it's at.
In the meantime, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to J.T. Schwartz. Fist this one foul and again stays alive.
Nice catch by a fan.
I know I don't work with the fan, only because he said good catch. I don't know who it was. I just know who it wasn't. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.T. Schwartz. Lifted into shallow center field. Dylan Campbell coming on. He will not be able to make the catch. Runners had to hold up for a moment, but Suero will be able to score. Rumble Ponies add on. A little bloop single for J.T. Schwartz, and it's now a 6-4 game.
Suero scored. LaRusso stays put at second. So good job by Campbell kind of deceiving the runners, making them think he had a chance to catch the ball. Al Padrique's coming out. So looks like Gunnar Mayer's night is done. But it does leave the force intact and also leaves the double play in order, too, if the new pitcher and Jaden Estanista is able to roll a ground ball.
So a great job by Gunnar Mayer to get through and out of the 4th inning, but unfortunately got himself right back into a jam in the 5th, and so now he is done. And the Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen has been made. We'll tell you about it when we come back after this. The Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen again for the Reading Fightin Phils. So, and another right-hander to be Jaden Estanista.
Estanista making his 6th appearance. He's got a 5.68 ERA. He does have a save and has many opportunities. 6 1/3 innings pitched. 2 hits allowed, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. Has given up 2 home runs. Opponents hitting just 100 against Estanista this year.
So William Lugo will be the first one to face him. Run across, 2 on, and nobody out. William Lugo, the 9-hole hitter, has been on base both times tonight. Single and a walk. And the pitch low and inside. The RBI for J.T. Schwartz, by the way, is his 26th of the season. As Jake said at the time, Nick LaRusso had to hold up because of the deke by Dylan Campbell, making him think he might catch it. So the force out is intact all around. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Estanista got roughed up by the Rumble Ponies in Wednesday night's game. Came in the 7th inning of what was a 4-0 game. Gave up 3 runs. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Misses down low. It's 2-1. And that's there at the knees for a strike 2. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Lugo. Takes a look back at second and delivers. Misses outside, and for what seems like the 30th time in this game, it's a 3-2 count on a batter. There have been a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of full counts in this game. We got one again with nobody out. Low ball 4. So the struggles continue as the Phils walk another. Chuck King walked 5. Mayer walked 1, and now Estenisa walks the first batter he faces. So by my math, that's 7 walks for the Phils pitching tonight. And now again, the bases are loaded in the top of the order in Jet Williams. He singled and drove in a run his last time up. First pitch, low ball 1. And 2. Nowhere to go. Nobody to turn to. Aiden Estenisa right now a man on an island. And Jet Williams tried to lean into it, and it hit his
the
bat.
knob of the bat, yeah.
So it is a strike on the foul tip off the handle of the bat for Jet Williams.
Well, you'll take that.
So it's 2 balls and a strike now to Jet Williams. And that's outside. It's 3-1. Now Padrique trying to find a comfortable spot somewhere in that dugout. He can't do that. 3-1. Low ball 4. Walk in a run. That makes it a 7-4 game. Williams will get another RBI out of it.
That'll bring Brad Burgess and the pitching coach out. Bullpen's quiet. I don't really think they want to get somebody else up. You're already on your 3rd arm of the night in the 5th inning.
This game is taking on the look of a position player pitching by the time we get out of here tonight. It just has that feel. We're only in the 5th. And it's still a competitive ball game at 7-4. However, the inability to throw strikes has handcuffed the Phils tonight. Aiden Estenisa, the 23-year-old right-hander from Curacao, just called up to the Fightin' Phils from Jersey Shore. 22 2/3 innings for the Blue Claws. He struck out 23, he walked 13. But since that home run he gave up the other night, he has struggled to find the strike zone. So see how he does with Carson Bench. First pitch, there for a strike. When Estenisa came in Wednesday's game in the 9th inning, back-to-back home runs from Benj and Clifford. And then he walked a batter, hit a batter, and walked a batter. Here's a little chopper down the third base line. It's a fair ball. Carson DiMartini actually fields it in shallow left field. It's going to be a base hit. Everybody moves up 1, and it's now an 8-4 game.
And that's just when it rains, it pours, right? Got a softly hit ground ball. Just happened to be with the lefty up and the infield shifted over. It finds that vacant area down the line and scores a run. So the Rumble Ponies, 3 runs now in the inning. Infield will stay back. They'll take a double. They'll take any out at this point. Just try and move this inning along.
RBI for Benj is 2nd of the night, his 12th of the season as Clifford stands in. He beats one foul past Mariano Duncan. Clifford, who has been a linchpin for Binghamton in the season and in the series, is the lone man who has not had a big impact on it as of yet. 0 for 1, he has walked twice, popped up in the infield his last time up. So bases are loaded. Still nobody out. 3 runs across for Binghamton. They now have a 4-run lead. And one of the RBI leaders in the Eastern League at the plate in Ryan Clifford. Ground ball right side is through for a base hit. Lugo will score. Jet Williams is being waved around. The throw comes to third. It gets away from DeMartini, and that's going to allow Benj to get up, and he's going to head home. It gets away from Caleb Ricketts, and that's going to allow Ryan Clifford to go all the way to third base. So it clears the bases. It makes it 11-4, and this has just become comical to some, not to all.
So it's going to be a single.
Should be two RBIs
for Clifford. There should be 2 errors on the play.
Yep.
One that on the overthrow at third and one at the overthrow at home.
Right. So Pineda will get an error and DeMartini will get an error. DeMartini picked up the first, the throw that got away from him, and then threw it away from Ricketts. Meantime, Clifford is now at third base with still nobody out, and Jacob Reimer at the plate. And now 6-run inning for Binghamton has turned this into an 11-4 game.
Nelson Alvarez has started the throw in the bullpen.
Swing and a miss to Reimer. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Lined into right field. Pineda will get there and make the catch. Clifford will tag. He'll score without a throw. Be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Jacob Reimer. Makes it a 12-4 game. At least now the bases are cleared. And there's an out in the inning.
So yeah, it was an error on Pineda, his 5th, and an error on DeMartini, his 9th.
So for the second straight inning, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies have batted around. 1 out in the inning, bases are now empty, and DeAndre Smith takes one in the dirt. Smith 0 for 3. Smith, the only Rumble Pony who has not either scored or driven in a run in this game. 7 different players for Binghamton have driven in a run. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Chopper up the middle. Nick Dunn, the second baseman, just to the right of the second base bag, will make the play, and that's 2 outs. And we flip the lineup around to Chris Suero, who got this inning started with a base hit, came around to score. He's 3 for 3 on the night. Batting for the 4th time in this 6th inning by the Rumble Ponies. When I say batting for the 4th time through the lineup. Batted around in consecutive innings. Last inning, 9 batters to the plate. Suero, the 10th to the plate in this one. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Lifts this one straight up. Ricketts trying to find it off with the mask. It won't matter. It ends up above us on the roof above our heads. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Chris Suero. Suero singled and scored in the 2nd, solo home run in the 4th, and as I just mentioned, singled and came around to score in the 5th. So 3 hits, 3 runs scored, and a run driven in as well as he takes this one inside. It's 2-1. In up on him, and it hit something. I don't know if it hit the hands or
he hit the handle of the bat.
Must have. Suero was hit the other night in the head, was able to stay in the game. Again, he kind of took his stride right into the pitch, and it hit the knob of the bat or the handle of the bat, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Over for a called strike 3 in the top half of the 5th inning. Finally comes to an end, but not before the Rumble Ponies put up 7 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and nobody left on base. Fightin Phillies will bat in the bottom of the 5th. It is 12-4 Binghamton. Bottom half of the 5th inning is presented by Cornwall Manor, a unique and charming community nestled on a 190-acre wooded campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. Well, I mentioned this last inning that R.J. Gordon had a long wait in the top half of the 4th inning. Well, he had a much longer wait in the 5th inning. See if in any way that impacts him, as Carson DiMartini will lead it off for the Phils. This, at this point in time in the ball game, is about pride for the Reading Phillies. After a disastrous 5th inning, it's changed this to a 12-4 game. Let's see if the Reading Phils look at themselves in the mirror here a little bit, as 2, 3, and 4 are due up. DiMartini, Mendez, and Reyes. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1, or 0-2, excuse me. See some lightning in the distance. That's not a good thing. DiMartini now calls timeout. Ground ball right side to William Lugo. The second baseman will make the play in time for out number 1 here in the 5th. Going to bring up Hendry Mendez. Mendez with another base hit tonight. 1 for 2 in the game. Did come in and score a run as well. Mendez among the Eastern League leaders in hits, with his hit tonight now at 82 on the year. First pitch to him is over for a called strike. Second is outside. It's 1-1. Phils and Rumble Ponies back at it tomorrow night at 6:45. Harry Potter night at the ballpark with Mega Blast fireworks to follow. And then Sunday, 5:15, and the Fanatic. Pitch outside to Mendez. It's 2-1. Mendez has had that average consistently 285 and above for most of the year, at 293 as he stands in right now. And the off-speed pitch is there for a strike. It's 2-2. Gordon now at 68 pitches. 1 out here in the 5th. And his 2-2 pitch to Mendez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mendez goes down swinging. Strikeout number 6 for R.J. Gordon. That'll bring up Felix Reyes. Reyes, another good night with a bat in his hand. 2 for 2. Single and scored a run in the 2nd, and a 2-run opposite field home run in the 3rd. His 9th home run of the year, his 23rd and 24th RBIs of the year. So Reyes now 5 for 10 in the series. And the first pitch is bounced all the way to the backstop. The 1-0 pitch is down low. If Reyes can reach, Nick Dunn is in the on-deck circle. The 2-0 pitch is over for a call. It's D-Reich 1. And the 2-1 pitch is also a strike. It's 2-2. Now Reyes will call time. Gordon with a long look in now to Suero. It's 2-2 pitch. Reyes just kind of reached out and slapped at it. Stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beats this one down to third base line. It's a fair ball. LaRusso tries to make a barehanded play, and he cannot do it. Felix Reyes is on base for a 3rd time.
Make that a 3-hit game tonight for Felix Reyes. That one just 67 miles per hour off the bat, so a lot softer than his first 2 hits tonight.
I told you he could pull it.
Hey, it's 3 for 3.
So he's hit one to center field. He's hit one to right field, a 2-run run, and he has pulled one down to third base line, a little dribbler. Russo only had 1 shot, and that was the barehand, and I don't know if he gets him anyhow, but doesn't matter. Reyes is on base for the Phils' 7th hit of the night. He's got 3 of them, as Nick Dunn will bat. Dunn has 1 for 2 with a run scored. And the first pitch to him is down low for a ball. Dunn also had a line drive right at the first baseman, Jacob Reimer. So he's hit the ball well both times, facing R.J. Gordon. Reyes takes his lead off at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. That's another one in the dirt. It's 2 balls and no strikes now to the left-handed hitter, Nick Dunn. Dunn, the veteran left-hander, who is from the area, Central Pennsylvania. Played for the St. Louis Cardinals for a number of years. 2 balls and no strikes to him. Beats this one on the ground, but it's right at Reimer. He'll pick it up. He'll step on the bag, and that will do it for the Fightin' Phils in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. 5 complete. 12-4. Rumble Ponies on top. The Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen for the Reading Fightin Phils. Will now bring in the right-hander Nelson Alvarez.
5.51 ERA, 4 for 8 in save opportunities, 32 and 2/3 innings pitched. 35 hits allowed, 14 walks. He's allowed 5 home runs, 33 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .276 against Nelson Alvarez this year.
Nick LaRusso will be the first one to face him. LaRusso to be followed by J.T. Schwartz and William Lugo. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown and Sinking Spring, it offers a true test of golf on a championship-style course. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information. Another busy night on the base paths tonight for Nick LaRusso as he stands in and swings at the first pitch, lifts it foul. On base all 3 times, 2-run home run in the second. Walked and scored a run in the 4th, and walked and scored a run in the 5th. So officially, he's 1 for 1 on the night with 3 runs scored and 2 RBIs. And a highly productive series for the Rumble Ponies. The 0-1 pitch. Fouls it at the plate. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Philadelphia Phillies batting in the top half of the 7th at Yankee Stadium, trailing 3-2. But Trey Turner and then Kyle Schwarber leading off with singles. Bryce Harper's at the plate. So they try to come back there. 0-2 pitch. Drives this one high and shallow to left field. Hendry Mendez will drift in. And left fielder will make the catch for out number 1. And now we'll bring up J.T. Schwartz. Schwartz has been on base twice and scored twice. Officially 1 for 2 on the night with a walk mixed in. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Binghamton Rumble Ponies on the season overall won the Northeast Division in the first half, and with their 16-8 start to the second half, are now 61-30 on the year. 0-1 pitch, ground ball back up the middle. Aiden Miller takes a tough hop, makes the glove stop, and makes the throw for out number 2.
Very nice play by Aiden Miller. He's been a couple of nice ones ranging towards the middle tonight. He had one where he slid to make a stop, that one where he has to leap a little bit to get it. And I see a lot of scramming.
Yep, the rain has started to fall. We knew it was coming, and we saw the lightning in the distance.
Yeah, it's misting right now. It's pretty light.
Yep. So William Lugo now will bat. It looked like the ball, I'm guessing the ball must have hit the lip of the cutout at the grass and dirt. Took kind of a funky hop on Aiden Miller, took a high hop on him, but he made the adjustment and then made the play on the second base side of the bag for the second out. Lugo, 1 for 1 tonight. He's been on base all 3 times. Ton of production for the final 4 in the Binghamton lineup. This one, did it hit him? Yes, it did. Now William Lugo gets hit. That'll be the second Rumble Pony hit tonight. By my count, that's at least 5 hit batters in this series for Binghamton. So he's on base for the 4th time with 2 outs here in the 6th. And that'll flip the lineup back around for Jet Williams. Williams batting for the 5th time in this ball game in the 6th inning. He is 1 for 3. Struck out twice against Chuck King. Then an RBI single in the 4th. Walked with the bases loaded. Got another RBI on that and then came around to score a run as well. As the rain has begun to pick up here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And the first pitch to Jet Williams is over for a called strike 1.
Yeah, it picked up, and it picked up quickly.
William Lugo at first base. They don't bother to hold him on. Williams hits a chopper left side. DeMartini off balance throw is in time for the 3rd and final out here in the 6th for Binghamton. No runs. That seems significant. There was no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 12-4. Rumble Ponies on top. The Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen made for the first time tonight for the Rumble Ponies. It'll be right-hander Hunter Parsons in the game.
Hunter Parsons is in, making appearance number 20, 3-2 at 3.96 ERA. 25 innings pitched, 15 hits allowed, 14 walks, 34 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 167, and that was a loud bang of lightning, or excuse me, thunder.
Yep. Yeah,
right
the lightning
there.
has been around the area. We said it was starting to rain. Well, it's gone beyond starting. It's now pouring.
It is pouring right now, and we're still playing.
So Hunter Parsons in to pitch. Dylan Campbell due to lead off with the Fightin Phillies here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, Reed Brignac was talking to the umpires. I think he's probably thinking, hey, it's pouring. I have a new pitcher coming in. I don't really want to burn a guy. Why are we still playing right now? But they're going to keep going.
So Campbell will lead it off to be followed by Caleb Ricketts and Leandro Pineda. Dylan Campbell 0 for 2 as he steps in. So R.J. Gordon goes 5 innings. Campbell flew out to left field, struck out in his 2 plate appearances so far tonight after a night off last night. First pitch to him here is outside for a ball. And make it 2-0. Good news in Yankee Stadium. The Phillies have tied it up on an error by Paul Goldschmidt with runners at second and third. Phillies have tied it at 3-3, and now they have second and third and 1 out. JT Realmuto at the plate. And, let's make this a little longer. Chris Suero has had multiple conversations on the mound with his pitchers in this series than the United Nations. Again, he has just been called up to this team shortly before this series. So he's still getting used to the pitching staff. And so you do understand why he's having some conversations with his pitchers. But in a 12-4 game when it's raining, you don't have a whole lot of friends when you have a conversation with your pitcher. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dylan Campbell. Fouls that one straight back to the backstop. It's 1-2.
JT Realmuto just hit a 3-run home run, so the Phillies take a 6-3 lead.
Lots of long balls at Yankee Stadium tonight. Yankees 3 runs are 3 solo home runs off Taijuan Walker, who, other than that, did okay. 1-2 pitch to Campbell. Tried to check his swing and did. It's 2-2. So JT Realmuto has certainly picked it up of late.
He's looked really good the last month or so. And it's a contract year.
Yeah,
don't forget that.
Just read my mind. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dylan Campbell. Lots of decisions to be made in the offseason for the Phillies.
He's 34 too, so you just wonder what kind of deal a 34-year-old catcher is going to get.
Yeah, the defense is still spectacular. His knowledge of the pitching staff is still really strong. The offense just wasn't what it was a few years ago, although of late it's been pretty good.
I mean, he'll be 35 on opening day next year. If he'd be willing to take a 2-year deal,
right?
Be a 2-year, $35, $40 million contract.
Ranger Suarez, a free agent at the end of the year.
I mean, Schwarber's the big one.
And obviously Kyle Schwarber as well.
I think that's got to be priority number 1 because where are you going to find that power?
Correct. 2-2. He hit another one tonight. That's his 35th. And in addition to everything else he brings to the table. I mean, obviously what he does in the clubhouse, what he does in the marketing department. I mean, there'd be a lot of businesses in the Philadelphia area who you're going to need another guy to do their commercials if Kyle Schwarber's not a Philly anymore. 3-2 pitch, way outside, ball 4. So Dylan Campbell, leadoff base runner here in the 6th inning.
The final line on R.J. Gordon, who is in line for the win. 5 innings, 7 hits. 4 runs, 2 earned, no walks, and 6 strikeouts.
So Dylan Campbell gets the first walk surrendered by Binghamton tonight. As Jake just told you, R.J. Gordon did not walk a batter. Hunter Parsons walks the first batter he faces, and Caleb Ricketts now will bat. Ricketts 0 for 2 on the night. Was safe on an error back in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch to him is over for a called strike one. Mets, by the way, are out on the West Coast. They're playing the Giants for a 3-game series starting tonight at 10:15. Play begins tonight. The Mets with a half-game lead over the Phillies. 0-1 pitch to Ricketts. Fouled out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Ricketts. Dylan Campbell takes his lead off at first. A little surprised that they're bothering to hold him on, but they are. Rain has slowed here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Still coming down a little bit. Ricketts fouls that one straight back. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Binghamton with a 3 spot in the 4th and a 7 spot in the 5th to break open what was a tight ball game, and they lead it 12-4. Phillies with a runner at first base, nobody out, and a no balls and 2 strike count on Caleb Ricketts. Lines it into right field and a base hit. Well, we said when Caleb Ricketts was safe on that error back in the 3rd inning that maybe that'll take a little bit of the self-induced pressure away from him. And now he lines one into right field for a base hit.
That's got to feel good for Ricketts. Just serves one in the right field, gets his first base hit, snaps a 5-game hitless spell for him.
Brings up Leandro Pineda. Pineda sacrifice fly and an RBI back in the 2nd inning, his 23rd RBI of the year, and struck out his last time up against R.J. Gordon. 2 on, nobody out for the left-hand hitting Leandro Pineda. First pitch is there for a called strike one. Fisted foul, straight back. It's still 0-2 to Pineda.
Looks like the rain has stopped for the most part.
Yeah, it's maybe a mist about, that's about it. Oh, 2 pitch. Lined into left center field. That's fallen. It's going to be a base hit. Bench will get over and cut it off. They're going to wave Dylan Campbell around. He will score as Pineda rolls into second base with a stand-up RBI double.
Double number 16 for Pineda. That leads all active R-Phils. RBI number 23. And the R-Phils get one back, and it brings up Alex Pinellas, who has had himself a good night.
RBI double in the 2nd. Singled in the 4th. So 2 for 2 for Pinellas tonight. 4 for 13 now in the series. 2 more runners in scoring position for the Fightin' Phils. Ricketts at 3rd. And Pineda at 2nd. Pitch is way outside. It's 1-0. Ellis with his 26th RBI with that double back in the 2nd inning. Chance to add to that total here. And a hopper up the middle. Everybody froze for a moment. The throw from Jet Williams to first base is in time to get Pinellas, and eventually Ricketts scores. Pineda moves up to third base.
Yeah, does score a run. 2nd RBI tonight for Pinellas, up to 27 on the season. And the R-Phils continue to chip into that deficit, showing some fight here in this 6th inning.
And now the top of the order, and Aiden Miller at the plate. Miller struck out his first 2 times up. Hit a line drive right at Nick LaRusso at third base his last time up. So runner at 3rd now and 1 out. 2 runs across for the Phils. Up and in, almost got him. This day in baseball town history, presented by Body Zone Sports and Wellness, the official workout facility of the R-Phils. We take you back to this date in 2011 here in baseball town. Carlos Rivero, sacrifice fly to left, scores Tim Kennelly with a game-winning run in the 9th. As the R-Phils beat Altoona 5-4. Kennelly's RBI double had tied the game earlier in the inning. The 2 hit batters loaded the bases for Rivero. That takes you back to our this day in baseball town history in 2011. Aiden Miller now a 1-1 count after fouling the last pitch off. Chopper right side, right to the first baseman, Jacob Reimer. He steps on the bag, throws home, throws it away, and that's going to allow another run to score as Pineda comes across with a 3rd run in the inning. It'll be an RBI for Aiden Miller.
Yeah, picks up RBI number 23. I guess Reimer was trying to be a little aggressive there, but I mean, Pineda was scoring anyway, and Suero behind home plate was not expecting that at all.
So that clears the bases now with 2 outs. And RBI number 23 on the season for Aiden Miller. And now Carson DiMartini will bat. He lifts one straight up, shallow center field. Benj didn't see it at first, but he's got plenty of time to find it and catch it for out number 3 in the inning. So the Phils do put 3 runs across in the inning. They did it all on 2 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We have completed 6. It is 12-7, Binghamton on top. The top half of the 7th inning presented by White Star Travel, the official group sponsor of the Reading Fight Phils. Visit whitestartours.com for more information. Nelson Alvarez back out to pitch for the Phils here in the 7th. And he will face Carson Benj, Ryan Clifford, and Jacob Reimer. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the Rumble Pony order. Alvarez coming in relief in the 6th. Clean 3 outs. Did hit a batter. And the first pitch to Benj is a healthy cut that comes up empty. Benj 2 for 3 on the night. Couple of singles, also hit by a pitch, and is driven in a couple of runs and scored a run. So 2 for 3 officially. 0-1 pitch, beats this one foul, and Alvarez works ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Both bullpens are quiet right now. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as Benj swings over the top of a slider. And Alvarez records his first strikeout of the night and the first out here in the 7th, and Ryan Clifford now will bat. Clifford having another productive night here in Reading. On base 3 more times tonight, couple of walks and a single. 2-run single his last time up, and has also scored a run. So with his 1 for 2 tonight, he is now 7 for 13 in the series. The first pitch to him is down low for a ball. He's hit 2 home runs. He's driven in 7. One 1-0 pitch is at the letters for strike 1. Tried to check his swing. Doesn't matter. It's a called strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Ryan Clifford. Beats this one foul to stay alive. Rain still falling lightly here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Clifford way out in front of this off-speed pitch, hits it a mile foul. Count remains 1-2. Over for a called strike 3. Slider in the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alvarez here in the 7th. We'll bring up Jacob Reimer. Reimer with a sacrifice fly and an RBI his last time up. Also safe on an air hit, a double play, and struck out. So officially 0 for 3 on the night with the RBI, his 13th since joining the Rumble Ponies. And the first pitch to the right-hand hitter is just a bit low and away. It's ball 1. And the rain has begun to pick up here as Reimer swings and misses at another one. It's 1-1. And that's over, strike 2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, and 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jacob Reimer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nelson Alvarez strikes out the side. For the Rumble Ponies in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 7th inning stretch in Baseball Town. 12-7, Rumble Ponies on top. Bottom half of the 7th inning brought to you by Sports Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Sports Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. As we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Fightin' Phils. Hunter Parsons back to work here for the Rumble Ponies after pitching the 6th inning. Mendez to be followed by Felix Reyes and Nick Dunn. Twelve runs on 10 hits and an error for Binghamton. 7 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors tonight for the Fightin' Phils. Rain has again picked up harder. Seems like the lightning and thundering have moved past. At least haven't seen any for a bit. But the rain, which was hard and heavy, then slowed down, has picked back up as the Phils bat here in the bottom of the 7th. And Hendry Mendez comes up empty on his first pitch swinging. Mendez 1 for 3 tonight. The single and a run scored in the third. A couple of strikeouts on either side of that. Oh, 1 pitch to him. Beats this one foul. That was weird. It hit down, I believe, off the plate, and it bounced up all the way over the fence. Did I see that right?
Went about 20 rows deep, too, behind home plate.
That was odd. No balls and 2 strikes. Just missed outside to make it 1-2. Beats another one foul.
Felix Reyes made a nice play on a hop on the on-deck circle.
So Mendez still in a 1-2 count. Way up high. And outside, makes it a 3 balls and 2 strike count now to Mendez. Hits it hard, but hooked it foul. Mendez keeping himself alive. Way up high, ball 4. So Mendez works a walk. Second straight inning that Hunter Parsons is giving up a leadoff walk.
Reading's bullpen also quiet. So I guess the plan for Alvarez to go back out for the 8th. He's thrown 2 innings already.
So Felix Reyes now will bat. Reyes 3 for 3 on the night. Couple of singles and a 2-run home run. He's also scored 2. Big swing, no contact from Felix.
But see, a guy like that, I have no issue with
Absolutely
him. Kind of letting it rip early in the count. I mean, you got a fastball up, so it's a pitch to do it on.
Yep.
Then you can kind of shorten up and think about gap to gap here.
Mendez takes his lead off of first. And a ball in the dirt. Drives this one right field, but not deep enough. DeAndre Smith will make the catch shy of the warning track for out number 1. Brings up Nick Dunn. Dunn 1 for 3 on the night. Singled and scored a run back in the second inning. First pitch to him is over for a called strike 1. Lines this one down the first base line, but hooked it foul. And Parsons gets ahead of Nick Dunn. No balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Mendez, the runner at first base, 1 out, bottom half of the 7th inning, and a 12-7 Binghamton advantage. Don lifts this one left field. J.T. Schwartz will rage over towards the line, makes the catch in fair territory for out number 2. Mendez back to first. Dylan Campbell now will bat. Campbell is the one who started last inning by getting on base on a walk against Parsons. First batter that Hunter Parsons faced. And a good slider there from Parsons. Campbell not expecting it and takes it for strike 1. Drives this one, but hooked it foul. Campbell hit it a ton, but well foul. And he's now behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Drives this one high and deep. Schwartz back, looks up and says goodbye. Dylan Campbell with a 2-run home run. And the Fightin Phils continue to chip away. It's 12-9.
Yeah, this game is far from over. 3-run advantage now for Binghamton. Campbell got all that one. 367 feet, 104 off the bat. And that makes it a 12-9 ball game.
3rd home run of the season for Dylan Campbell as a Reading Fightin Phil. RBI number 7 and 8 on the season. And that looks like Reed Brignac has seen enough from Hunter Parsons. And it looks like we're going to get a new arm coming out of the Rumble Pony bullpen. We'll find out who that new arm is when we come back after this. Well, the Auburn University Golden Wolves call the bullpen for the Rumble Ponies. Their 3rd pitch of the night. This time they go to a left-hander, and that left-hander is Felipe De La Cruz.
Felipe De La Cruz enters the Rumble Ponies his 8th appearance. He has started a couple of games. 1-1 record, 18 innings pitched, 15 hits, 2 home runs allowed, 10 walks, 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .217 against De La Cruz this year.
Oh, once down 12-4 in this ballgame. Fightin Phils have chipped away. They put 3 across in the 6th. And now Dylan Campbell with a 2-run home run here in the 7th to pull the Phils to within 3 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Caleb Ricketts now will bat with the bases empty. Ricketts got a base hit his last time up. He's been on base twice tonight, also safe on an error. First pitch swings away and fouls it down the 3rd baseline. So a lefty on lefty matchup here.
Reading has Jack Dallas throwing in the bullpen now.
Pitch to Ricketts is down low. Count is even at 1-1.
And the rain has gotten heavier once again.
De La Cruz's 1-1 pitch. Changeup, or excuse me, a slider way out in front of it was Ricketts. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Ricketts will call time. Misses. It's 2-2. Another lefty in the on-deck circle, Leandro Pineda, if Ricketts reaches. He lifts this one straight up, left side of the infield. Jet Williams, the shortstop, will take control and make the catch for the 3rd and final out of the 7th. For the Phils in the 7th, they get 2 runs. They do it on 1 hit. It was the Campbell home run. No errors and nobody left. We have completed 7 in Baseball Town. It's 12-9. Rumble Ponies on top.
I'm here with our first contestant representing all the guys in the ballpark tonight. Tell us your name and where you're from. All right, Layden, and where are you, Sammy, with our female contestant? Turn that mic on for Jordan. All right, Jordan, check her microphone. Looks like she has a female contestant over there. We'll meet her in a second. Here's the deal, Layden. We're going to ask you a question. You give your answer, and then the ladies will say whether they think the correct answer is higher or lower. Whoever gets it right wins 4 tickets to the September 13th game, and you'll take home these delicious Tom Sturgis pretzels, okay? All right. It's golf movie night, so we asked the Phillies players if they like to play golf. Layden, what percentage of the team do you think said, yes, I play golf? He says 30% play golf, Sammy.
I'm over here with our female contestant. What do you think, higher or lower? Higher. Let's check the video.
Well, the Alberta University Golden Wolves call the bullpen for the 5th pitcher of the night for the Reading Fight Phils is Jack Dallas. And to tell you about him and to take over the play-by-play is Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob. 12-9, Fightin Phillies trail. They have chipped their way back 5 runs over the last 2 innings. Jack Dallas is in for Reading. His 25th appearance, 1-1, a 4.38 ERA, 39 innings pitched, 39 hits allowed. He's given up 4 home runs, 12 walks, 43 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .248 against Dallas this year. But first, a little bit of manicuring done to the mound. So while they do that, let's tell you about B2 Bistro. You're looking for a dining experience that blends history with flavor. B2 in West Reading, inside the historic narrow fabric building, offers a hip industrial vibe with a garden-to-table menu. Enjoy handcrafted coffee at our B2 Cafe or savor fresh, locally sourced dishes inspired by American and Mediterranean bistro-style cooking. Plus, our bar features rotating craft beers, eclectic wines, and expertly crafted cocktails. B2 Bistro and Bar is a proud 2025 Fightin Phillies team feed partner. So 12-9. Rumble Ponies, top half of the 8th inning. Rain continues to fall. It's picked up a bit over the last inning or so. They are currently throwing diamond dry on home plate and on the pitcher's mound and raking all that out. As Jack Dallas awaits patiently to start his inning off. Nice outing tonight for Nelson Alvarez. 2 scoreless innings, no hits. No runs, no walks, struck out 3, which included striking out the side in the 7th. Now Al Padrique is coming out. He's talking with home plate umpire Drew Buffelli. I don't know if it has anything to do with the weather or not. I mean, Padrique has his arms extended talking a bit Philly. Now Chad Patterson, the crew chief, will come in. I mean, he keeps pointing at the pitcher's mound. I don't know if maybe he's saying that it's not really playable. Because at the end of the day, you're a manager. You're
Right.
sticking up for your players.
Absolutely.
And the last thing you want is for your pitcher to get hurt.
And that's the same thing what Reed Brignac was arguing earlier when it was raining very hard, not wanting to bring a pitcher into a game in which they had a big lead and it was raining hard, is to say, like, let's not start this inning.
So 5, 6, 7. Do it for the Rumble Ponies here in the inning. Dallas's first pitch to DeAndre Smith is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Once again, along with Bob McCool, I am Jake Starr. Appreciate you joining part of your Friday evening with us. Next pitch, swung on, ground ball short. Miller dives to his feet, throw to first in time. Another nice play by Aiden Miller at shortstop, who's had himself a very good night defensively. And that's out number 1 for Chris Suero.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the one error tonight on what was a tough play in the hole, and it was a throwing error. But otherwise, he's made some nice plays, mostly to his left, and he's been better on those plays. He's definitely better to his left. He's made 3 nice plays now, ranging to his left.
So Suero is in. He's had himself a terrific night. First pitch is over for a called strike. It's 0-1. Suero is 3 for 4, a couple of singles. He's homered, he's driven in a run, and he's also scored a trio of runs as well. 0-1 is swung on, lifted into the air to center. It's not deep. Campbell pretty much stays put. Now he'll track to his left, and the center fielder makes the catch. That's out number 2. 6 straight retired by Fightin Phil's pitching.
Oh, by the way, Kyle Schwarber hit number 36 in New York, so it's an 8-5 Phillies lead, with the Yankees batting in the bottom of the 8th. 2 home runs on the night for Schwarber.
He is on another planet right now. First pitch to Nick LaRusso, a bit outside. It's 1-0. Is Hoagie Fest still going on?
Yes, it is.
Well,
I think
that makes
it's near the end, so I don't know if it's over yet, but I know it's close.
I know it's always mid to late June. I just always forget when it ends. I just know it's in the summer. 1-0. And LaRusso will take that one down for a ball. It's 2-0.
Well, with the dimensions in Yankee Stadium, which obviously since
I've been told Hoagie Fest ends on Sunday, by the way.
There you go.
There's our answer.
If you ask, you shall find out.
Next pitch is swung on and hit foul territory, first base side. Pinellas ranges over at first, but it's foul.
But with just obviously this is game 1 of the 3-game series for the Phillies in New York. But if Kyle Schwarber keeps this up, and him being a free agent, Yankee fans are going to be going crazy that Yankees need to sign him before the end of the season. Now, don't even let him get to the end of the season. Like they're
going to say it tonight.
Yes. Correct.
Next pitch, swung on, lifted into the air to right. Pineda starts back. The right fielder treks in. He's there, and he'll make the catch. Bit of an adventure at this point with the rain falling. So it's another 1-2-3 inning for Fightin's pitching. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base for the Rumble Ponies. We'll head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. From a rainy FirstEnergy Stadium, Rumble Ponies on top, 12-9. Bottom half of the 8th inning. 12-9 is our score. Rumble Ponies on top. Fightin Phil, 6 outs to work with to try and manifest what would be a pretty impressive comeback win tonight if they can get it. Rain continues to fall, so you're battling, of course, the time and also Mother Nature. And it'll be 8-9-1 due up against Felipe De La Cruz. He's back out for his first full inning of work. in relief of Hunter Parsons, who allowed 5 runs on 3 hits over an inning and 2/3 innings pitched. Walked 2, no strikeouts. So that'll bring up Leandro Pineda to the plate. It's been a good night for Pineda. He's 1 for 2. He's got a couple of RBIs. He doubled and scored a run back in the 6th. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. And De La Cruz's first pitch, and Pineda takes it low and away, 1-0.
Well, after the disastrous top of the 5th when it was 12-4, I said at the time, at this point in time, there's this pride element now for the Reading Phillies to see what you're made of, and you got to see what you can do with a lot of time to fight back.
Pitch home, Pineda takes it up and in, 2-0.
And to their credit, I mean, they have. They've come back and they've made this a game now, at least. They got 6 outs left to work with.
Pineda doubled his last time up, his 16th double this year. 2-0, he'll swing and he'll roll it over towards first. Charging's Reimer Fields, covering De La Cruz, the pitcher. Throw to first in time, that's out number 1. So that Pineda double. Active team lead in doubles of 16. Our Fightin' Phil's team leader, presented by our friends over at PA Army National Guard. So it'll bring Alex Benellis to the plate. 1 out, bottom 8. Fightin' Phil's down by 3. I mean, look, you get a couple of base runners here, top of the lineup coming up. Anything can happen, Bob. First pitch home. Benellis will take it for a called strike. It's 0-1.
Could load the bases and hit the catcher's glove with your bat.
It's happened here before, twice actually. 0-1. Pinella swings in a ground ball towards the middle. Williams at short had it played perfectly. His throw to first in time. 2 quick outs here in the inning. De La Cruz has retired. All 3 he's faced, and that'll turn the lineup over to Aiden Miller at the top. He'll dig in from the right side, 0 for 4 tonight. Miller does have an RBI in tonight's game. Grounded out the first, drove in a run his last time up. First pitch, he swings and misses at a sinker. It's 0-1.
Mets did make a move today, acquiring
Gregory Soto.
Gregory Soto, who, of course, is now with the Baltimore Orioles.
Miller swings on a line drive, falling fast in center, and it's a shoestring catch for Benj. Nice play by Benj in center. Robs Aiden Miller for base hit. That'll retire the side here in the frame. Fightin' Phil's go down in order. We will head to the 9th. Rumble Ponies on top, 12-9. We go to the top half for the 9th inning. Tonight's attendance at FirstEnergy Stadium is 6,547. Thanks to our friends at PSECU for presenting tonight's attendance. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. So Fightin' Phil's trail by 3 in this 9th inning. Jack Dallas is back out for a 2nd inning of work. Made quick doing of the Rumble Ponies in the 8th. Sent them down 1-2-3. And he's trying to do that once again as he has 8-9-1. Due up here for manager Reed Brignac's lineup. As Dallas tries to keep the deficit where it's at. Fightin' Phil's have 2-3-4 due up in the 9th inning. So if you keep it where it's at, anything could happen at that point. First pitch of JT Schwartz. He squares the bunt. He'll take it and it's over for a strike. It's 0-1. Rain's been pretty much on again, off again since the 5th inning. which was that 7-run frame for the Rumble Ponies. The 0-1, short swings, lifts it in the air towards left. It's not deep. Mendez over towards the line. The left footer makes the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring William Lugo to the plate. There was some thunder and lightning, but really kind of the heaviest stuff never really hit us here. I mean, it's pretty consistent rain right now, and we're undercover, so we really have no room to talk, but never really had the kind of storm that we did have that rolled through here around 4:15, 4:30 today.
Yeah, it got dark and it got windy fast.
First pitch to William Lugo. He'll take it inside for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, the tarp went on the field at about a little after 4. And it got on just in the nick of time. Next pitch is over for a called strike, 1-1. I mean, the tarp was on. As soon as that last sandbag went down to hold it down, skies opened up. And it was windy when the tarp was going on. We're just trying to kind of keep it from blowing over. And Lugo swings at the 1-1. A routine fly ball to straightaway left. Mendez in a couple makes the catch for out number 2. Gonna bring Jet Williams to the plate. It always reminds me, 2007, Phillies just got an insurance run, by the way, so it's 9-5, and Mundo Sosa a single. 2007, Phillies were in Colorado, and there was a big storm that rolled through, and the Rockies grounds crew really had some issues getting the tarp on the field, lots of wind kind of picking up, and the tarp got picked up, and some of the Rockies grounds crew members got sucked up under the tarp. So, out of the dugout came pretty much the entire Phillies roster.
Correct.
And they helped them get the tarp on the field. They kind of basically knelt on the tarp to keep it down during that storm. And I think it was probably early summer, maybe June when that happened. But a lot of people kind of said that was one of those moments that kind of really brought that group together that, helped spark the rest of that summer run. 2 balls, 1 strike as that next one's over. So I always think of that whenever I see wind and tarps.
Yeah, that was wild.
Dallas deals at the knees for a strike. It's 2-2.
But I guess if you've never actually been a part of that, you don't really realize the volume of weight that you're dragging when you're bringing one of those tarps across the infield. There's a reason it takes an army to do that.
Yeah, I think the least amount that I've seen it done with is 10, and that's pushing it. I mean, if you can get 25-ish people, you're usually in pretty good shape.
Yeah, but add some wind and add some rain.
2-2, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Jet Williams. 6 up, 6 down for Jack Dallas tonight. Fightin Phil's bullpen has retired 10 straight. And we will go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Fightin Phil's down by 3. It's 12-9. They're going to look for a comeback when we come back. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Rumble Ponies 12, Fightin Phil's 9. Looking for a comeback. Reading throw to 12-4 at one point, but it's been 5 unanswered runs. And what's been a very high-scoring game. 21 combined runs, 20 combined hits. Each team 10 hits apiece. Also in New York, Phillies is absolutely breaking it open.
Speaking of unanswered runs.
Trey Turner just tripled. It's 12-5.
Yeah.
If they can hold on, it'll be a huge win to open up that series.
I just told Jake the information in the commercial break that prior to Edmundo Sosa's big RBI single in that inning,
DeMartini takes the first for a strike from De La Cruz. It's 0-1. 2-3-4 due up.
the New York Yankees opted to walk Max Kepler intentionally to pitch to Edmundo Sosa. Jake asked the appropriate question. Why?
0-1. DeMartini will take that one for a strike. It's 0-2.
I wish I could answer that question for you, Jake, but I cannot answer that question. But Edmundo Sosa made them pay for it with a single, followed by a Stott double, followed by a Trey Turner triple.
Carson DeMartini 0 for 4 tonight, the 0-2. And I'll take a sinker a bit outside. It's 1-2. Trooper Philly, the home plate umpire, said it was just off the outside edge of the plate. One-two home. And DeMartini will swing and roll it over off the facing of the outfield's dugout on the right side.
This is another bat that needs to get moving a little bit of late. It's been a struggle for DeMartini.
1-2. He swings and knuckles one, shallow center. It'll fall in for a base hit.
Now,
So the Fightin' Phil's looking for a rally, get the leadoff man aboard.
It's kind of like we were talking about with Caleb Ricketts. He just needed a break, and he got on base with an error, and then all of a sudden the next time around he ends up getting ahead. And maybe that little bleeder is what Carson DeMartini can do. He snowballs inside your head. Like, these guys know. They may not know exactly how many at-bats it has been since they had a hit. They may not exactly know where the batting average is or where it falls, but they know it's been a while since I've been on base or not. It's become self-induced pressure.
Here's Hendry Mendez, and he swings the first pitch. A little chopper towards the middle. Williams charges. Fields throws the first. It's in time. DeMartini does go up to second, but 6-3 goes the put out, and that'll bring the DH Felix Reyes to the plate.
That's good play, good decision by Jet Williams. He had no chance to do really much of anything with DeMartini, and he just kept charging hard, but he knew he had to make the play quickly because Mendez is running out of the left-hand batter's box. And the jury's out as to where Jet Williams will eventually settle in as a spot, whether it be at shortstop. He played the first 2 games of this series in center field, the second 2 games at shortstop.
First pitch to Reyes is upstairs, 1-0. Anthony Nunez beginning the throw in the Binghamton bullpen. Of course, the Rumble Ponies hope they don't have to go to him. Fightin' Phil's, though, trying to spoil those plans here in the 9th, down by 3. 1-0. Reyes swinging a foul ball. Done on the on-deck circle, able to scurry out of the way of it. It's 1-1. Reyes, good night for him. He's 3 for 4. Hit a 2-run home run back in the 3rd. Scored a couple of runs as well. 1-1. Good check on that one. Held back on a pitch outside. It's 2-1. Nine home runs on the season for Felix Reyes. That's tied with Cade Fergus for the team lead. Pitch home. Way outside, it's 3-1.
So it's a great hitter's count for Reyes, but at the same time, you have to be patient. The tying run is in the on-deck circle. So if you're Felix Reyes, you want to be a piece of the puzzle, but you don't have to be the main cog. You got to get on base somehow.
Hitter's count 3-1. DeMartini leads off second. 1 out in the 9th. De La Cruz deals, and Mendez is swinging a foul ball. Straight back, it's 3-2.
Well, again, another healthy cut by Reyes. And again, as we said the last time up, no problem with that. But now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now you got to be protective. You got to protect the strike zone. Keep yourself alive if you can. Shorten up on the stroke.
3-2. And it's a swing and a foul ball down the left field line. Count will stay full to Felix Reyes. 24-year-old. Who started the year on the development list. There just wasn't really a spot on the roster for Reyes to start the year. Continued to work out in Florida. Made his way up in late April. And all he's done is hit.
Yeah.
He's basically forced himself to be in that starting lineup every day, whether it's at first, third, corner outfield, DH. They found the spot for him. 3-2 to Reyes. Checked his swing. The appeal, no swing. Says the first base umpire, Cass Cousins.
That's the definition of a split decision.
I know internally you're thinking it's raining, it's a 3-hour game, but that's the right decision to not let anything else take over there.
Yeah, the Binghamton dugout is not a happy group right now.
I mean,
Reed
I don't
Brignac
think
is
he went.
livid.
It's also a tough call because
Yeah.
Cass Cousins is standing behind the pitcher's
Right,
mound.
and that's the thing. I mean, again, with the three-man
you're not
umpire
sure,
crew, correct.
You can't say he went.
Correct. You don't really have the perspective as to whether or not he went around or not.
Dan McKinney, the pitching coach, is coming out.
So it is a lefty-on-lefty matchup, so it's not as if they're going to make a change here. And obviously with the pitching coach going out, I don't think anybody's loose now. It's starting to people are starting to make some movement around now in the Rumble Pony bullpen. But
Yeah, but we
doesn't
said
matter.
Anthony Nunez was throwing, so.
But then nobody was, and now he's back throwing again. All right, so but he's a right-hander, Dunn a left-hander. So again, this is not a pitching change with the lefty on the mound and Dunn at the plate. So this might be the last batter for De La Cruz, but he's definitely going to pitch to Dunn.
It's De La Cruz's first outing since July the 20th at New Hampshire. When a third of an inning gave up 2 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Before that, it was in AAA against Lehigh Valley. Gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 hits over 2 1/3. So, team the Fightin Phillies can continue to pile some runs on here against Felipe De La Cruz. Tying runs up in Nick Dunn. It's 12-9, bottom of the 9th. Nick Dunn's 1 for 4 tonight. Singled and scored a run back in the second. First pitch. Takes it for a strike. It's 0-1. Dunn does have 2 home runs with Reading. He homered Tuesday morning. Oh, the 6-3 win for the Fightin Phils. Catcher Suero steps out, gives some signs. Should Dunn lay a bunt down, which there's no world. I mean, everyone is back.
I will buy you dinner tomorrow night if Nick Dunn intentionally lays a bunt down here.
No balls, 1 strike. Runners get their leads. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Dylan Campbell waits on deck. He hit a 2-run home run back in the 7th, his last time up. You can see how hard the rain is falling on MILB TV right now. The 1-1. Dunn will take it just off the outside edge of the plate, 2-1. There's been some borderline calls this inning, Bob, that have gone Reading's way.
Yes, they have.
A 2-strike pitch to DeMartini. That one right there. The check swing with Reyes. 2-1. Outside again. I mean, it's the same spot, and this time they call it a strike.
Well, again, at least we're spreading the love around. And Reed Brignac has been on this crew since the 5th inning because he wanted the game to be stopped at that point in time. Al Padrique had an argument with him as well a couple innings ago.
Checks the runners. 2-2 pitch. Way outside and low. It's 3-2.
Yeah, it was an easy take for Dunn. It was a ball out of the hands from De La Cruz. So, again, if you're Nick Dunn, you know this. He's got to come with something here because he doesn't want to walk you. Did the tying run. It puts the go-ahead run at the plate.
A guy on deck who just homered his last time up.
Putting the go-ahead run at the plate if you walk him. And I'm all but sure this is the last batter for De La Cruz anyhow. So he's going to come after you.
Payoff pitch. Dunn swings, a little tapper left side, avoids the runner. He goes to second for 1, throw to first, not in time. So Reyes out at second. DeMartini able to play some gymnastics and avoid getting hit by that ball. Dunn aboard on first on a 5-4 fielder's choice. That is out number 2. And running down to their last out, but first Reed Brignac's coming out, and that'll be the end of the night for Felipe De La Cruz. And with that, we'll step aside for a moment, and we'll come back with the new pitcher after this on the Fightin Phils Radio Network. Bottom 9, 2 on, 2 outs. Reading down by 3. Tying runs coming up in Dylan Campbell. And the new pitcher on the mound for Binghamton is Anthony Nunez.
21st appearance of the season for Nunez. He's 1-0 with a 2.31 earned run average. He has 3 saves in 4 chances, and this is now a save opportunity for him. 23 1/3 innings pitched. He has given up just 11 hits. He has struck out 35. He's walked 11. Has not given up a home run.
Well, here's Dylan Campbell. Hit his 3rd home run, his last at bat. It was a 2-run shot back in the 7th. Let's go back to Sunday. Reading was down by 2 in the 11th, and Dylan Campbell homered to tie the game. Does he have a similar fate in him right now? Dunn on first, DeMartini on 3rd, 2 outs here in the 9th. Can Reading complete a comeback? First pitch. Campbell takes it on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Rain continues to fall. It's been pretty heavy for the last couple of innings. It's been on and off since the 5th. 0-1. Campbell swings and he fouls it. It's 0-2. Reading down to their final strike tonight. Regardless of what happens, you still got to give a tip of the cap to the fight that Reading has had. Bullpen between Alvarez and Dallas for lockdown. The bats did not give up. So they have one last push in them. It's 0-2 to Campbell, 2 outs. Pitch shown. And he swings in a ground ball to second. Gobbled up by Lugo towards the middle, fires the first in time. And that retires the side, and that ends the ball game. So 3 hours and 8 minutes later, and what was a topsy-turvy game that the Fightin' Phils gave themselves a shot in late, which you got to give them credit for, rallying down the stretch. But ultimately, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies pick up the victory. It's their 3rd win of the week, and they'll give themselves a shot at a series victory with a win over one of the next 2 days. So 12-9 the final. As the rain continues to fall, we'll step aside for a moment. Bob McCool's got your post-game show when we come back here on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
Tonight's postgame show is presented by White Star Travel, the official group sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Visit whitestartours.com for more information. Well, it was a long and wet and oftentimes sloppy night here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies outlast the Reading Fightin' Phils in a 12-9 slugfest. And with the win, their 3rd in a row, the Rumble Ponies now have a 3-1 lead in this series. The Phils will need to try and win tomorrow night and Sunday to finish this series and try and salvage a split out of this series against the first place Rumble Ponies. And this is what and how this game unfolded tonight. We'll run through the scoring quickly. It started in the second inning. Chuck King just wasn't really as effective as he has been over the course of the last several starts, where he's given the Phils some quality starts. Just didn't seem to be right from the very first inning. He got himself a double play to get out of a jam in the first inning. But Chris Suero got things started in the second inning when he got a base hit, and then Nick LaRusso followed that up with a 2-run home run to give the Rumble Ponies a 2-0 lead. Then the Phils came to bat in the bottom of the second inning. Felix Reyes got it started with a single. Nick Dunn followed that up with a base hit of his own. Caleb Ricketts, one batter later, hit a ground ball to first that was booted to load the bases, and then Leandro Pineda hit a fly ball to right field that allowed Felix Reyes to tag up and score. Sacrifice fly was the 23rd RBI of the year for Pineda, made it a 2-1 game, and then Alex Pinellas followed that up with a double that brought home Nick Dunn. 8th double of the year for Pinellas, his 26th RBI of the year, and we were tied at 2 with runners at second and third, but Aiden Miller struck out to end the inning, and the score stayed at 2-2. But not for very long, as the Phils then took the lead in the third inning, and that started with a one-out a one-out single to Hendry Mendez, and then Felix Reyes followed that up with a high, towering 2-run home run to right field, his 9th home run of the season, his 23rd and 24th RBI of the year, and the Phils led it for the first time at 4-2. Unfortunately, that did not last very long, as King ran into a ton of trouble in the in the fourth inning, as it started with a Suero home run. Suero getting his first home run in Double-A, and then that's when King kind of really lost it a little bit. He walked the next 3 batters to load the bases: Nick LaRussa, J.T. Schwartz, and William Lugo. That brought up the top of the order, and Jet Williams, who singled, brought in a run to make it a 4-4 game. And that was the end of the night for Chuck King. Brought in Gunnar Mayer to pitch to Carson Benji. He hit him with the second pitch he threw. That brought in a second run. And then Mayer was able to work out of the jam from that point forward to leave the bases loaded for the Rumble Ponies, but they did put 3 runs across, and they led it by a score of 5-4. And then we got to the 5th, and things really got ugly in the 5th inning, as Mayer came back out to pitch the 5th inning. And from that point forward, it got started with a Suero base hit, and then Mayer ran into some trouble. He walked LaRusso, an RBI single from J.T. Schwartz, and then a walk to William Lugo. Then they brought Jaden Estonista in from the bullpen. He walked the first 2 batters he saw, and it just continued from there. And then Ryan Clifford, with the bases loaded, got a base hit, 2 runs scored. Throw from right field from Leandro Pineda got away from Carson DiMartini at third. He picked it up, threw out a throw home to get the runner coming home. It got away from Caleb Ricketts. 3 runs end up scoring on the play, and when it was all said and done, it was a 7-run pile of ugliness for the Reading Fightin' Phils between walks and errors and runs scored for the Rumble Ponies. They led it 12-4. To their credit, Reading came back with a little bit of a pushback starting in the bottom half of that 5th inning. Dylan Campbell got it started with a walk. Caleb Ricketts followed up with a single. Then Leandro Pineda brought in Campbell with a double, put runners at second and third. Alex Pinellas on a ground ball to short brought home Caleb Ricketts. And then a ground ball by Aiden Miller brought home Leandro Pineda. Turned in a 3-run inning for the Phils. And with that, they had pulled to within 12-7. And they came right back in the 7th inning with more. It started with a Hendry Mendez walk. Then 2 outs later, Dylan Campbell hit a 2-run home run. His 3rd home run as a Reading Fightin' Phil. 2 RBIs gave him his 8th RBI of the year, and the Phils were within a 12-9 score as we were through 7 innings. In the meantime, through all of it, Nelson Alvarez and Jack Dallas finally brought some sanity to this game out of the Fightin' Phils bullpen. They combined for a 4 innings pitch, did not give up a hit, nor a run, nor a walk, and that was as much of anything, and 4 strikeouts along the way. So Alvarez and Dallas, a bit of sunshine on a rainy night here in baseball town out of the bullpen. But unfortunately, the bats went quiet as well at that point, as the Phils did get some men on base, and including in the 9th inning when they had a couple men on base, but they could not get them home. And ultimately, the Rumble Ponies hold on for what turns out to be a 12-9 victory for the Rumble Ponies in this one. 12 runs on 10 hits. They committed an error and they left 7 on base for the Fightin' Phils, 9 runs on 11 hits. They committed 3 errors, and they left 6 men on base. R.J. Gordon, who started for the Rumble Ponies, gets the win. He's 2-0. Chuck King, who started for the Phils, gets the loss. He is now 5-4. And Anthony Nunez, who came on to get the last out for Binghamton, gets the save. It's his 3rd. Time of the game, it was a long one. 3 hours and 9 minutes played through raindrops through a good portion of it. But the Fightin' Phils still bring 6,547 to Baseball Town to watch baseball and now to watch fireworks. Well, the show has begun. There'll be more fireworks tomorrow night. It'll be a bit bigger than this one. It'll be a Mega Blast fireworks, the largest fireworks show in stadium history tomorrow night, and it's Harry Potter night as well. And then again, Sunday, 5:15 is the series finale, and the big green dude, the Philly Fanatic, will be here to entertain as well. And speaking of the Phillies, the Philadelphia Phillies end up winning their game over the New York Yankees in Yankee Stadium night, 12-5. So the Phils pick up the win. Wait and see how the Mets do tonight. Their game is just getting underway in San Francisco. Again, Phillies begin play tonight, a half game out in the National League East behind the Mets. The Phillies and Yankees tomorrow afternoon, 1:05 is first pitch time. Scott Fransky and Kevin Stocker will have the call of that one for you on 8:30 WEU in Reading. As for our coverage, we will continue tomorrow night. 6:45 is first pitch. 6:30 is the pregame time. Part 2 of the interview with Jake Starr and Mariano Duncan, the former Philadelphia Philly and big leaguer who is the first base coach for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Jake spent some time with Mariano Duncan. You can hear the second part of that interview tomorrow night beginning at 6:30 here on our 8:30 WEU.com broadcast on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network. So that will do it for our broadcast tonight. Again, the Reading Fightin' Phils fall to the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Binghamton with the win goes to 17-8 now on the season. They are combined in the first and second half 62-30 now on the year. And with the loss, the Fightin' Phils fall to 11-14 in half number 2. For my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks for listening to Reading Fightin' Phils Baseball on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. We'll talk to you right back here tomorrow night from FirstEnergy Stadium. In the meantime, have a great night. Good night from Baseball Town.